All right, they're in the match. Let's go, baby. It's time. Come on, Fuel, burn blue. You know what? I'm standing up.
Like, throw the script out, mate. Like, no one could have predicted this. Like,
probably a good idea.
Out, dude. Toss it in the bin.
I'm standing up for this, chat. All right. Let's go, baby.
Playing right,
oh my
and
God,
Kellen on ball. And Talented Peninsula are our first map.
All right. Yeah, lock in the Rhine.
Come on, Fuel. Much better match. So this time, Fuel's going to be running the Wrecking Ball. A little bit of a different approach here with the Sojourn Tracer. Obviously, emongg was banned. They did mention how emongg was a bit of a problem for them. So I think what they're going to be... I think what they're going to be doing here is trying to, you know, change it up a little bit. Start off with the momentum. You're going to end up playing against emongg comps inevitably, but what you can do is start off strong. And that's what they're going to be doing here. Yep, we've seen a little bit of the Rhine comp. We did see this against them last time. So it's going to be a lot of spam, a lot of, like, kind of interrupting the play. In fact, it goes to the charge. I respect that. That was worth it. Zera's getting a little bit of low HP. It seems like what they want to do is spam them out. Unfortunately, Seonjun goes down. Keep in mind, Seonjun is still on very high ping, so something to keep note of there. Kellen is on good ping, I'm pretty sure. So here we go. Both teams looking for any type of opportunity to get a kill. Obviously, you know, Liquid did start off strong.
Eventually had to give up the cap, and now Team Liquid, they can sit pretty knowing that they have control of the objective. So they have this one teleporter. Crucial that Zera puts it at the right time.
Looking for the plays. Kellen.
Oh, the pin is immaculate too.
Taking a lot of damage.
A lot of additional shielding there, thankfully, being a wrecking ball.
And here we go. It's going to be Kitsune time. Get ready. Here you get ready. Kitsune going to be coming in from Liquid. I'm not entirely sure what CJ or what Fuel's going to do just yet, because obviously they don't have anything yet, but the Kitsune is going to happen on this type of play. They TP around the map. Nothing really just... It's kind of a lot of poking out them. And, like, it's more like Fuel needs to build their ults up eventually to be able to get the value. Obviously, they have the Cassidy in this situation. Infected holding the shield, looking for any opportunity to get a kill, just can't seem to find it. Chronic's going to be popping the ult, and this is kind of where they would start to get more value, right? Look at the damage that Liquid's doing. I mean, Fuel, there's a ton of damage there. We got to kill. Seonjun gets a kill onto Zera. Reinhardt's going to be going down, but out of nowhere, the beat comes in. A great beat engage from the side of Liquid. Seonjun goes in. The ball is pulse bombed, and the wall is sturdy. Yeah, I think Fuel's going to have to get out of here. I mean, they're going to get the kill, and yeah, so, again, I understand their comp, but it's very poke-heavy, and, like, with the Rhine, they're just holding their shield up and making it there, so.
Dallas Fuel, they're just not getting the frags they need. The entire composition, it's spaced around utilizing the mobility, get the angles, get the poke damage in. Dropping those members so low, gets picked here quite early by tree. So
Luke has ultimate coming up, so you can use that on Kellen. So I'm looking for this like really good play into Kellen. We'll see how it plays. Rotating around the right side.
The shatter. That should be the round seal.
Things are pretty chill.
Double hit Lucamino as he come through the door. They hit the one headshot, but then instantly followed it up with the next.
Wrecking Ball pops the mines. The point I think Fuel is. It's kind of a weird spot. You're going to have to give the Wuyang ultimate to probably Kellen, which is exactly what you're seeing momentarily here, so get ready. Or Luke will have to use it as a peel. Obviously, they don't have the point yet. Infected has all. I mean, a lot of ultimates on the side of Liquid. You ready?
It's a Kitsune rush. Infected's going to charge, pin in.
I mean, Fuel got the point, but like right now, there it is. There goes the ult. They give it to Seonjun instead, so a big slam on a Wrecking Ball. But this could be an opportunity. CJ gets a kill on a Zera. Ultimates are done for Liquid right now, so if they can find kills here on the side of Fuel, this could open the door for them to have a little bit of map control. But Luke is getting low in the back line. Probably will go down soon to pressure. Chronic's able to get the kill on the tree. It's now actually a 3v2 in favor of Fuel, and they will probably have to give the point, and they do. So Liquid is going to have to reset here. So a good job by Fuel, and now Fuel finally has map control. This is where this can kind of like get a little bit better. So we'll see.
Dallas Fuel now with control of the objective and an overclock in hand. They now need to start landing.
Yeah, they just recently gave us like the 1440p option. I probably will try it soon. I'm gonna wait till this like rotation of OWCS matches and try to get it set up soon. Oh, Seonjun goes down. This is going to have to be a forced Kitsune here or a Sojourn ultimate from Chronic. I expect Chronic to be able to use this ultimate as soon as possible. There goes the ult. There's no like beat yet on the side of Liquid, so they're going to have to find this play. At the very least, they're going to buy some time. Chronic just can't seem to find that angle. They rotate out with the TP. They get out of there. Luke goes down to Infected. I do see a pile drive Pete over there with Kellen getting the play. CJ's going to have to pop Kitsune again. Kind of always in this like 4v5 situation. Pulse Bomb does hit the ramp. The ramp is also sturdy. They're going to back away now because Kellen can be the one. Infected a little bit low. There's the beat timing. The beat actually gets...
Just gonna make sure that Dallas Fuel can't go for a re-engage.
What did I miss? All right, anyway. They retap the point again. Fuel rotating around. Maybe the beat went out and they were just low HP and I didn't realize it. I'm a potato at this point. Either way, Fuel does win that team fight. Infected, you know, 50 on Shatter. Won't be able to tap the point there. Obviously, Kitsune and High Noon coming outside for Team Liquid. Fuel does have the ability. I couldn't tell. Like I saw the beat, but like, what would have stopped it? That's what I was confused by. I must have missed the timing or something. But anyway, Kellen has mines. Luke is close to ult. You're gonna have to use the mines during the Kitsune. Because if you don't, if they get the Kitsune for free and don't have anything to go through it, so you have to kind of wait, kind of in between. There's the mines. The Kitsune will be out shortly. If they can find any kill before this Kitsune goes off, it'd be huge. What a charge by Infected. Gonna get Kellen with that probably. Kellen gets away. Luke is gonna have to give Seonjun this ultimate here shortly. There it is. Gonna have to go make a play with the Wuyang ultimate and hope that it's enough. Not able to find anybody yet. They just TP away. Tree gets the kill on the Chronic. They're going around in circles, trying to find any opportunity, but just not going to be enough. Kellen could get back in time. I'm not entirely sure the time. As Tree goes down to Luke. Kellen just makes it. Did you see that tap? It may not be enough, though. This is too much. Kellen's going to go in one more time here. They're slowly trying to tap. Seonjun's on that side. They're over chasing him. The recall goes out. Kellen is still holding on the point. They're ready for a big slam. Get ready. Big slam.
Victory cry from Infected.
What a round. Holy crap.
And at the end of the day, it came down to the pin from Infected onto Kellen. That combined with the...
All right. I gotta say, Fuel started a bit slow there, and I think that's kind of what caused the problem. Like, I think now they're in the match, and they're like kind of ready to be a little bit more aggressive. Is there another match after this? Yes, there is. Yep. Yep.
I mean, that's clean.
Here we go.
Look at this. Look at that tidal blast too. Gets negative value.
Not sure on that one, Bubble. I'm sorry.
Another nice double.
Like I said, Fuel kind of played very hesitant. And I think as the map went on, they realized that they need to be a little bit more proactive and aggro, because poking them out is the correct idea. But if they're able to stand there and not use a cooldown, they're just going to stand there. You got to remember, Ryan has like 1,800 shield or something, or 1,500 shield, something ridiculous, right? So like you don't have to do anything. So like, you got to have to be a little bit more proactive with that. It's not like bad. Like, it wasn't a bad play either. Like, they did almost win the map. It's just you could tell they were slightly hesitant, which I understand. At first, we'll see how this works out. Either way, Vega gets a kill onto Luke. A little bit unlucky there for Fuel. Fuel again. Starting off a little bit slow here. These early picks definitely don't help. But like that, you know, nature of the beast sometimes, right? I definitely want to be doing better in that situation, so I get it.
Playing a little bit more tentative this time. Just these rotations from Liquid, they're just clean. Dallas Fuel's comp, they want to split up. They want to play angles. They want to have Kellen go in and be the distraction before they end up picking up everybody else.
You said you think Kellen should go Ryan? It would be a decent matchup. I don't know if like Fuel can run that comp. Like, I don't think they would do as well. You need the Symmetra. Unfortunately, Fuel is going to lose that team fight. Liquid is going to start off strong again here. Things are going back and forth. So,
Liquid playing some beautiful Overwatch now.
Yes, Fuel is already in the major, but obviously you want to get a good seed, you know. The difference between this seed and even the number 2 seed, never mind number 1, is like you could be playing like CR first round based off of how the bracket works. I don't know how the bracket goes out. You know, maybe you get a favorable matchup, but either way, the low seed, you're always going to play the better part of that until the bracket goes there. But there you go. Fuel is able to find the kills. Hopefully, whatever they did just right there, they kind of see the value of that. But they do flip the point at a much easier time here. Good job by Fuel rolling in here. Dara will go down momentarily. At least I think so. There it is. Kellen gets the ult. And okay. You know, a bunch of ults coming up for Fuel here. Things are looking a little bit better in general. We'll see how this plays out.
That caused them to drop so low, and then you combine that with the slam from Kellen and Sunjin diving in, of course. That is the kind of the damage you need
here we go.
To shut down some of these support players for Team Liquid. But it feels like when Luke Amino has been trying to set up so far, Team Liquid has been quick to punish him. See here, Dallas Fuel now control the objective.
Kellen's going in, not able to find anything just yet, but there will be mines popped at one point. Probably a little bit more when the Kitsune's out. They are trying to chase the map. Luke is just going to run away. There's a better, much high ground access up there, which is nice. Tree gets a kill on this Yeonjun, but again, that may happen sometimes. Kellen rolling around on point, trying his best. Infected tries to charge, and honestly, I think Kellen knew that was going to happen. Tidal Wave goes onto the wrecking ball, ends up going in. Nice shot by Kellen onto Tree. That's going to open the door here. I think Fuel is going to try to hold it a little bit longer. Again, a good dodge here by Kellen. Kellen surviving as much as possible. They will finally let the point flip unless Seonjun gets back in time. They actually are going to be able to get there. Chronic gets a kill on Azera. That's a huge pick by Chronic. Chronic's looking for a kill on Kiriko. CJ gets a kill. Chronic hitting the shots. And there you go. Fuel starting to feel it a little bit more now. They get a lot of the ultimates out from Liquid. Well, not a lot, but 2 major ultimates with the Simwall and the Kitsune. They're going to have their own Kitsune coming up on the side of Fuel with a High Noon to go with it. So far, so good. Things are looking pretty decent here, but still have to win this. Obviously, Altair, Seonjun goes in with the Pulse Bomb, gets a stick and kills Zera. What a start. Pulse Bomb finally hits there. It's going to look good. You're seeing a little bit of aggressive play by Kellen. Kellen's going to try to go here. Tree is looking for Kellen. Does try to go for a Hinda. I think they might get Kellen now. What do you think, chat? I think they got him.
They managed to kill Kellen.
I mean, hey, listen, that's how you know you're starting to piss them off, but CJ gets the kill on the Tree. And they're going down. Look at the way this is playing. Great job by Luke trying to go in and help. He does get a little bit aggressive, gets the kill. Luke is making an individual play. What a play by Luke. What a play by Luke. It's going to be Zera on Tracer right now. And Zera has no recall. They know this. They're going to wait for Infected to get back. I don't know if the point can flip necessarily because the Ryan can hold shield for 3.5 years with an 1,800 HP or 5 million HP shield, but that was a good idea, to be able to get back into here. So good job. On that side, Kellen's getting close to ultimate. Look for Luke to give this out to probably Wrecking Ball again. Seems to be more valuable that way. We'll see. There's the ult. There's the engage. Chronic is getting a little bit low in the backline, but Tree is taking a little bit of damage during that. Kellen trying his absolute hardest to make a play. A spin and Spencer over here doing as much as possible. Looks like my movement on Wrecking Ball for a second there, except I would have hit 20 walls and disconnected that. Boom. Tree is getting low. It's coming down to last team fight. Unfortunately, CJ goes down. You're going to have to make a decision now. Do you pop your ultimate or do you save them? That is what they're trying to figure out. The answer is, well, you have to make a decision now. They're going to back away.
It's a 3 versus 2 scenario right now.
Luke gets aggressive into the back line. Tree is about to get... Okay, Tree does go down. Luke is down here, but CJ will be back. There's going to be a Kitsune on point right now. The mines are out on the field. Luke's coming back as the Jetpack Cat now to get back quickly.
Desperate attempt over onto the Cat to get back quickly now. The touch will come in from Sunjun here.
Could go for a Pulse Bomb soon, but they know the Kitsune is coming.
They should be able to close out this map.
They're still waiting for Tree to get back before it's activated. There it is. There's the Kitsune. Luke goes down. Pulse Bomb though on Vega. That does get a kill. Ryan's a little bit low on the point right now. Ryan could go down in a second, but a huge pin on the Kellen from Ryan. High Noon coming in from Tree. Gets Seonjun behind like 17 walls. And unfortunately, I do believe that Liquid will win this first match. So, there you go. I will say Fuel started to look a lot better there toward the end. So, I do think they're starting to, get that confidence. And, Fuel loses matches sometimes. It happens. They just have, rough matches. That's just kind of how it goes, and that's okay. Sometimes you just have rough matches, and you got to, keep at it, right? So, there you go. Either way, 1-0 Liquid. Good job by Liquid. Hopefully they can kind of figure things out here on different sides, but yeah, kind of where that's at right now. Okay, let's go. Sigma. I think the Sigma has been happening a little bit. And as you can tell, when you have 2 players like Infected and Kellen, who kind of, like to run a little bit more of the other type of tanks, I think Sigma just seems to be the first point comp, and then second kind of shifts that out. I haven't seen this happen a little bit more, so hopefully Fuel can find a win here. Obviously, it's been a bit of a struggle, but hey, they're figuring it out. Chronic looking for a quick pick, and going to swap off to another hero. There it is. Goes Sojourn, and does a reset.
He's going back to Farah. He's been playing a little bit of Echo too.
CJ with a huge pick right away on the Vega. Exactly the start that you need.
Just instantly dies.
All right. Wow.
Fuel going to take their time, trying to get as much map control as they can. Going to take a high ground attempt right now. Look for some plays. Sigma is left side.
Bit harder work for Sonjun now in this very open point against Tree. I shouldn't find it too hard to navigate. You can play a little bit of ground Farah. Why not?
The map control's there. The cart is getting there. Oh, what an unlucky time in there on 0-0. Almost goes down there, but it works out. Luke does go down. There's a trade, though. Luke and Tree both trade on each other. Kind of a funny trade. They're kind of looking for some ultimates, or not ultimates. Looking for the Farah in the sky. They do find it. Zera's going to look for a right click to try to get this kill. Does do a little bit of damage, but not enough to complete that team fight.
Way back here. They swap the soldier so they can slide, maybe get through a little bit faster.
Both teams are kind of in like this chill kind of like area, backing away. Kellen gets a huge pick on his Zera, so there you go. Fuel again, getting a couple of early picks. Haven't quite capitalized on getting the point yet, but that pick can help a lot. Tree gets a little bit of damage in there. Kellen on the point, gonna slowly approach and take this. Infected runs in, goes for a nice up rock onto Luke. Luke does go down there. Now they're back to being down one. Again, Fuel's been trying to slow it down. I think getting it a little bit more hyper aggro, so there we go. Yeah, the point, I know. Kitsune goes in, CJ pops it. Obviously, Tree is going to have a duel right now. Good job by Sionjun there, but there's going to be a lot of kills going in. Big ultimate coming in from Infected onto Dallas. And I think Fuel is going to have to reset at this point, if I'm correct. Maybe not. Sigma's looking for some damage. Sigma backs away. And now they're going to reset for a little bit. So, to keep watching here. Minute 58 left on the clock. Sigma ultimate, Farah ultimate coming in. So, boy, I think they're playing. I think they get a little bit hesitant at times. And again, it's not like necessarily on them. It's like sometimes like with the positioning can be really strong. But like they do get the pick and they kind of like slow play it again. If you watch, like, for example, the previous match, you notice how, like, whenever there was an advantage, the Sigma gets really aggro and goes in, Zyad and stuff, like, it's just a lot of that. It's a little bit more hesitation, but Sionjun gets 2 in the back line. This is going to be huge. Sarah's going to try to go in and get 1. It maybe might find 1 just because of the damage boost there, but it's a 4v3. Kellen gets the kill on the Vega, and Fuel will cap the point. So, not a bad attack. Could have been better, but you take it. Now, I wonder if they're going to swap off the Sigma or if they decided just to kind of roll with it. So far, it seems like they're going to stick with the Sigma. Yep. We'll see. Yep.
Those ultimates yielded fruit for Dallas Fuel. But I still think you saw a little something there with how much pressure Team Liquid put on Team
We will see.
How many resources they were able to commit there just to get on top of this Dallas Fuel backliner.
Either way, these teams giving it their all. Trying their best to get the map control.
If left untouched here,
Chronic has Soldier Ultimate, could take an angle with that Soldier Ultimate, but doesn't seem to be set up on the angle. That's something I'm noticing right now is the right side angle here. Sometimes we have teams set up over there. And it looks like Chronic finally goes for it, but it's a little bit different. Actually, the whole team is going that way. Oh no, Kellen's going back up top. Okay. Chronic is setting for this off angle, but I think they know. I think they saw this. Yep. Yeah, that's why they went over there with the rest of the team. Now you see Chronic kind of flip over here. There's going to be a little bit of damage on top, and Chronic pops the ultimate. Going to see if he can get a kill on Juno. Juno gets into the room. Going to try to go around there. Great job by Chronic, able to find the kill. Infected one shot, and Fuel does win this team fight. Hopefully cleanly. Might lose 1, unfortunately, but Luke can get back pretty quickly with the Wu Yang. Zera's kind of waiting for a kill. Misses the right click there. Does back away. Chronic gets the kill. Card is moving. Fuel has ultimates, not quite ready yet to kind of take this, but there is a Kitsune on the board. This Kitsune, pair it with some off angles, you're going to be good to go. So we're going to see what happens here for Fuel as they try to gain control of this map. There is some ultimates on the side of Liquid that could be effective. Kitsune and Sigma being those ults. So you're going to have to see this. Yonju's going to have to eventually make a clutch play on this flank. There's the Kitsune from the side of Liquid, but a little bit of damage on the Kiriko. It's going to kind of slow down a little bit of the ability to heal, as you can see. It's going to leave the rest of the team susceptible to this play. Sionjun goes in here. He's not going to be able to get this kill. I can already tell. Yep. Kiriko goes back. Sigma ultimate comes in from Infected. Doesn't get the rock, but is able to stay alive. And Liquid does hold. But Wu Yang play today. Fuel's been playing Wu Yang.
Yeah, didn't work out.
All right. Time for Dallas Fuel to recover, hopefully, and see what happens.
The pick they were looking for, and instead Team Liquid hold on here.
We will see what happens.
Very much capable of making these plays, finding the picks required if Kivas and Vega can just focus on keeping Infected alive on the card for now. A lot of ultimates on the board here for Dallas Fuel once again. A minute 30
All right.
to get the second point.
Fuel. This could be their opportunity. You could give, honestly, you could probably give Wu Yang ultimate to the Farah or something, just to kind of give extra survivability during this. They are going for flanks. Luke is taking a little bit of damage on the off angle. Sionjun's on the side there, and Infected with a huge rock on a CJ. I don't know what happened over there, but that wasn't looking as good. Now they're going to try to go for a trade in the backline. Remember, when you lose your Kiriko there, it gets a little bit rough. This gives the opportunity for Zera to get the kill over there. They do pop an ultimate. And again, going to be a team fight reset here for Fuel. Kellen picks up a consolation to win, but it won't be enough. Time to regroup. No, I know he doesn't always play Wu Yang. He's really good at Wu Yang though. Luke does. Luke's good at like every hero. It's more about just the teamwork. All right.
Like they need to get on top of this high ground and
Fuel gonna try to regroup here and go again. Actually, I think Luke is like good on like everything. I think Luke is like on like champion on every role. I think he's been ranked 1 on some like other roles or like top on that. So he's just a really talented player. Kellen does have a Sigma ultimate coming here. You're going to have to use it soon. Fuel is being a little bit hesitant again here. They're going to have to be aggressive now. They know it's there. They see the opportunity. Yep. All right. Vega pops out. Luke has an ult coming up too. It's going to have to be a trade at some point. I don't know if Infected has used Eat yet. Something to watch out for. There goes the Wu Yang ultimate. I talked about this earlier about being a possibility. All right. Zera gets the kill on Seonjun. And Tree has Sojourn ultimate.
No chance for a team at C9, but now Kivis with the rush. Chronic falls to an execution. Now Kellen, the solo player in the front line, trying to hold this down for Dallas Fuel. The Flux are infected. They
will hold on second point. Liquid, that is. I mean, I guess in theory you could, yeah, you're good. So they hold on second. I mean, it is a holdable map, but this is kind of the same storyline of what happened last time, if I recall. So we'll see if that's going to be. Yeah, I mean, I think, like, I'll be real. I think, like, sometimes they play the Pharah because the projectile might be a little bit, like, more reasonable with the ping, maybe I'm wrong, but basically Seonjun's still playing on like super high ping. Like he's probably on like, I don't know, 200 ping right now, 150 ping, somewhere in between maybe. So I think that's more of what it is. So I don't, maybe I could be wrong. Like that's all why I like. They've won with ping, so that's not the reason behind that. It's more like it just makes it a bit more difficult to kind of like not get like the unlucky like recalls on Tracer.
Can't really get
why is he on ping? He hasn't been able to get to America yet. So he has very high ping. Yeah,
well. Can't really get into a good position to get that poke damage in. You have a couple of good engages with the Tidal Blast, but it feels like Dallas Fuel, they don't really have the composition right now.
Yeah, he's from Korea. So whatever the ping is to these servers, which I imagine are central servers, is what the ping he would get. So that would be like a Chicago server. So whatever the ping from Korea to Chicago is probably the ping. Again, there's no like, every team's had to deal with that. That's not even the reason why. This is just truthfully Liquid playing well. We're more talking about the hero selection.
Realistically, like, okay, we can poke and we can fight poke kills, but we can't follow up with anything.
So Fuel's playing with that since stage one, and they won the first stage with it. Just honestly, Liquid kind of did what DK did, in my opinion. They just got a lot better over the past couple of weeks, so you expect the games to be a little bit different. But like, as I was saying the other day, Liquid just is talented. The talent was there. It was just the synergy was lacking, and it seems the synergy is hitting now, and that's what you're seeing. So yeah, Kellen's here. Yeah, Kellen's in America, but Seonjun not yet at least. I don't know how that stuff works. So.
Dallas Fuel now playing the Allori, now playing the Echo. They have to find something to start getting these frags onto Team Liquid.
This is the only map they did well on too. Not even
Tree with a huge pick on a Seonjun.
Flops over in the sky.
They're going to have to just regroup and wait again. Again, a lot of early picks for Liquid. It makes them have a little bit more... yeah, I see what you did there, Greg. Gives them a little bit more time to kind of sit back and wait. Nothing, really happening in the meantime. Going to see the Sojourn go up onto the high ground. Very good job here. To kind of take the high ground for that. Keep in mind that pick didn't really end up mattering. They are back here. They did lose a little bit of map control, but they would have lost this regardless because they're not battling for this. Zera does get the pylon. Rock's going up into the air. Dude, imagine that rock hit. That rock might actually hit if that didn't do that. Tree again gets the kill on the Seonjun. That's going to be, again, kind of putting Fuel in a weird spot here where they have to play super defensive. Zera almost goes down. Keep in mind, though, we did see that Liquid can hold these 4v5s before, so only the same could maybe happen to Fuel. So no, not at all. Nah, you can still do well on that. Liquid is playing well. That has nothing to do with it. Obviously, Seonjun could play better with that, right, because of it. But like, I don't. This is more truthfully. I think Liquid's become a very good team, which is good to see. They had a lot of uphill, battles getting here, and all their practice and staying true to themselves as a team is paying off. And you can see that. So, yeah.
But the Sanctuary gets popped, and Zera can now light the
Zera gets a kill right there in the back line.
He's already thrown a bike at Chronic's face, and again, Kellen on an island.
It's a pretty even team fight. So you're gonna actually, honestly, Fuel has some good ultimates. You could pop a Kitsune right now or an Yari ultimate. There goes the Yari ultimate from Luke. Might get, some damage on one. Is gonna get the kill on Zera. So Fuel again, slowing down the approach here, doing a lot of damage. A good chain here from the side of Mizuki. Obviously, there's some damage output happening here. Sigma ultimate goes up, but it's around the statue. I have gotten rolled by that statue many of times. Infected, don't you worry. Seonjun goes Echo here. Yeah. Or Sigma, I meant to say. Can't really find anybody. This is going to be more just a survivability ultimate, maybe an extra shield for a second, but that's about it. All right, going to back away now. Kusune is going to be coming up here shortly.
On large part because of Luke Amino's captives on.
Okay, Sonjin don't instantly die challenge.
From CJ. Chronic with the huge kill, though, getting the opener onto Tree. That's going to slow down the approach here. It looks like, yeah, it looks like Fuel should win another team fight. And honestly, they're getting out of last team fight territory. So Fuel having a very solid, you know, first point hold here against Liquid. That was no pun intended there. But, you know, 50 seconds on the clock. Ultimates are still looking pretty solid. I mean, Liquid has some really good DPS ults at the same time, but this is actually looking really, really strong right now. Obviously, I think both teams have good ults. It's going to come down to outplaying the other team, and we'll see who does that in this situation. There's going to be a Sojourn ultimate. There's going to be a Xion ultimate. There's going to be a Sigma ultimate. There's going to be a Kiriko ultimate. Tree does take a lot of damage. Get ready for a Kitsune coming up here shortly. It's going to be happening right about now. Kellen's going to have to use this ultimate before going down. I'm watching the HP of Fuel. They are taking a little bit of damage. They're getting a little bit behind on this. They're kind of waiting for the Kitsune versus Kitsune. There it is. Kitsune's in. Here goes the ultimate from Tree, and now it's going to be up to Kellen to find any type of ultimate, opportunity here. Gets nobody in it. Falls over, and Fuel is definitely going to go down here. I'm looking at their HP. There's no way. So either way, still a really, really good. Still a really good first point. It might be if you're talking about Infected, because I think he was on the or Kellen, because if it's on Kellen, or because I think Infected was on like the academy team with them, and I think Kellen was actually on the actual team too. It's kind of funny.
This aura healing from the Mizuki, and obviously had a sanctuary.
Oh, Becca, I'm streaming the whole time. You're good. Becca, you're good. Yeah, you should get your loot box. Yeah, I'm going as long as the matches go, so you're fine. Chronic with the huge opener. Keep in mind, only 2 minutes on the clock. I mean, this is doable. If you're gonna get held on second, essentially force an overtime spawn to hold here is good. You can't trade out here. They have to win this team fight, though. A great Mizuki ultimate from Vega. And okay, this is not a good team fight for Fuel, but that was a good, they got ults cleared. Like, if you look at Team Liquid, they have no ultimates, so Fuel could ult economy back into this game. Obviously, you got to win the team fights, though, in general, and that's where, the big play is going to be here, so we'll see what happens.
They're destroying right now in this composition.
Then unlock Comp Stadium. You love it? Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying Stadium. Stadium is a good time.
And well, we're going to take a look at what Luke
all right. A Yari ultimate. Echo ult. You could lead off with Echo ultimate first if need be. We'll see if that's the case. But here we go. They do find an isolation point. Looks like it's going to be a Sigma Echo ult here, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. Things are being slowed down. 1 minute and 7 seconds on the clock. Zera gets the pylon, not the largest of deals, but nice to have. Sonjin goes in there, does a little bit. They're rotating around. Okay, this actually gives Fuel a little bit of time to actually make a play. Of course, it can go the other way because this is a good rotation, but this now gives Fuel a little bit more setup time. That's why they're kind of maneuvering around the map like that, just to set up and play it a little bit safer. I will say Liquid's patience here is helping a lot. That's why they have Zera pushing card. This should panic them a little bit to back up there. Seonjun goes in for a little bit of a damage output here. Doesn't find anybody, but the idea is just to kind of keep things at bay. Is able to find a little bit of damage output here. Has the ultimate coming up in 1 second. Is able to find it. Probably won't get anybody just because of how that works, but is what it is. Tree gets the kill on the Chronic. Luke is going to pop this ultimate. Kellen does have a Sigma ultimate here. There's an ultimate going to the back line. Luke's able to get one. Seonjun's able to get two. There is still kind of a situation to do this. Is 18 seconds on the clock. Card is moving. Luke is heading back right now. They see the high ground up top. I do see the Echo flank, and there could be an opportunity to get that kill on Tree if Seonjun can find it. Infect is going to come back as Wrecking Ball. This is not over yet. Both teams looking for something. Wrecking Ball should start rolling in soon. Get ready to see the Wrecking Ball and the Xion on point. Oh, but Zera goes down from Kellen. Ultimate's going to be ready. Get ready for it. Seonjun looking for a play. Does find the Kiriko. There's the ultimate on point. Kellen gets the Wrecking Ball in the air. Is going to be able to do this. And Dallas Fuel trying to get the kill on a Tree. Vega's about to go down. And boom! Dallas Fuel. 1-1. Let's go, baby. There we go. Now they're feeling it. Hopefully that sparks some confidence. There we go. No 3-0 this time. Let's go, Fuel. Map selection and choice goes to Liquid. Keep in mind, Winston was banned this map. That opens up the door for some of that. But either way, let's go, baby. I'll be right back a second, chat. Map 3 coming up. Burn blue, baby.
They ran out of carries. Everyone wanted to carry on.
Yeah, I messed up on that one. Sorry about
Still
that.
love you, Kennedy.
Alrighty.
All right. Tree Widow, nothing. He's going to be infected on the Malga. No Ryan, sadly, but we are seeing the return of Vendetta.
Liquid running the Malga comp. Fuel going with the Sigma comp. Tree's getting a little bit low now. I've learned that this map is all about map control.
Just like playing this vendetta. Thinking about who are you really jumping on for this one. Chunk down Sigma quite a bit here.
Yeah, no, you enjoy yours tomorrow, Domo. Have fun.
They're just looking to absorb some of this.
Here we go.
Now. Look for the re-engage. They just want to keep buying time here for the damage players.
You know, going with more of the Vendetta-based comp from Liquid. They're taking some map control on the side. I can't quite see what the rotation is here, but a good amount of damage coming from Sion has to escape out. Obviously, you know, a lot of damage going over there. But, you know, a little bit more of a battle going there. There is some damage going, and they do get the kills. Obviously, they kind of, like, got out-rotated, and they will take this first point from the side of Team Liquid. I'm not surprised. I just feel like this map in general on first point is either you hold it or you just get destroyed. So there you go.
Dallas Fuel need Chronic to hit 2 taps.
We'll see.
They need Sunjun to hit executions to get picks. Otherwise, it's just not happening.
Yeah, I like that point.
So
that
waiting.
The backline of Team Liquid are farming, because if Sunjun goes for the backline, it's just like, hey team, I'm gonna go shoot the backliners now. They're like, hold on, we got like 3 people in the front line.
I mean, it comes down to this. You got to stop right there. This is the first part of the team fight. You have to slow them down here. Now, obviously, the Magma comp has been the problem for Fuel, and they you know, even CJ said. That was gonna be, I don't think there'll be a train death in this, unless it's like a forced reset. So we'll see. Yep. It's time.
Oh, Sky Noon. Whoa, Zera's like, nope.
Chronic with a huge pick on the Vega. Chronic with a huge pick on the Zera. That's exactly what you need right now. Getting these kills is behind him. Finds the off angle. And while CJ goes down, Fuel does win this team fight. Try not to lose their jetpack cat. They don't. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all here from these teams. This is good.
All right,
this is good.
That's a loaded question right there. Let's save that one for a different show.
Nothing wrong with cat players.
All right.
All right, 4 support ults, 2 tank ults. Here we go.
Liquid has a lot of ultimates, but you could, in theory, use some of the ultimates on the side of Fuel. They're going to be engaging here soon. Waiting for the team fight to get under the bridge. They have a little bit better line, but there's a double Kitsune coming in. Kadis goes down to Kellen. Chronic gets a kill onto Effective. The ultimates are out. There's the same ultimate coming in from Kellen, and honestly, like, yeah, Fuel is able to hold on this pretty major team fight where there was a good amount of ults. Obviously, you know, there's still ultimates on the side of Liquid, but hey, any time you can get off the clock right now is important. You know, that's another 30 seconds plus. Go up there, do a little bit of poke damage, build your ultimate, back out as soon as you can. I think Kellen should back out now. I've seen this happen before. Mauga can get up there and just pop the ultimate. Kellen's taking a little bit of extra damage there, so you can get some, you know, early charge. Look for Luke to kind of look for an aggressive play here. Obviously, there's a Vendetta ultimate. Could be a Vendetta ultimate Mauga combo, but if they're going to do that, they want to do it right here. Here we go. Going to be a bunch of ultimates coming in right now. I wonder if we're going to see like a Sky Noon come in from Chronic in the next few seconds. Get ready.
It'll be quite tough to get into the backline against the Cassidy. Plus,
Tree looking for the duel on the outside.
Waiting for Tree to make an entrance. Both Trees available. In fact, Tree launches a bike in.
Goes in with some damage. And here it is. Oh! That was so unlucky. Did you see what happened? They actually went up to go do it, and the train was there. So he had to fall down and ended up dying to the ult. That was as unlucky as it gets. Wow. The RNG of the map. I mean, that was... Man, that is just, hey, sometimes it just happens. All right. Luke is going to be able to come back. It's not over yet on the second point. If they can take away this off angle here on the side from Tree. There's a couple of the DPS over there, but Luke does have ult. Could find a kill. I'm looking over here, a couple of low HP targets. We're getting a charge in on the other side. I do see a little bit of low HP here. Luke is able to bring somebody back to the... Oh, no, just gets out completely. Stuns him out during that. There is going to be a double Kitsune coming up momentarily. Look for that to be happening right now from both teams. Kitsune is going to be going out. Kitsune on the other side. Kellen does have ultimate, though this could be a thing. Mauga is up there. You could ult the Mauga in there if you want to. Zera's going into the back line. Might find Sionjun here. Does find the health pack and gets executed right there with the right click. Infected running in. A lot of damage going on both sides. Still kind of even. Obviously, there's one down there, but you know what? A Yup Rock from Kellen. Almost gets the Kiriko. Not able to find it. The cart is, you know, not moving. A minute 45 left. Dallas Fuel holds. Dallas Fuel holds. So thanks for your consistency.
Yeah, Dallas Fuel
I'm pretty consistent. Again, no streams Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but that's a rare thing for me, okay? But that is just a planned kind of like few days off. Okay, here we go.
Lost so much time here on the second point. I think that's pretty bad news for the
Infected takes a lot of damage.
Dallas Fuel, you got another Sky Noon available, which they're so obviously oriented around. It's
the train's there. They have to wait. They're waiting their turn.
If they can get one of these
Luke has ultimate again. Could we have a good jetpack head ultimate again from Chronic? It could happen. Chronic's at 97%. Zera's going to go behind here, try to look for a play. We have the Sky Noon this time. Here it goes. Going to be a little bit different this time, I hope. They're waiting, and there goes the Sky Noon. Chronic looking for it, looking for a kill. Isn't able to find a kill yet. If they drop down to the Mago, could get the Mago, and there you go. Huge. They got the ultimate out. Multiple kills happening here. And Fuel doesn't have to use any ultimates. Fuel's going to be able to stagger Tree right now for as long as possible. Luke's just flying away, trying to survive. They're just staggering. 37 seconds left. One more team fight to go for Dallas Fuel here. They have a Sojourn ultimate. They have a... Oh, hi, Yanni. How'd you get there, little guy? When did you get there?
You want to make sure you always have a fighting chance in some of these ultimates. You can't just sit back and hold the ultimates forever here. So
okay, here we go. Anyway.
Any value for Team Liquid.
Ultimates are good for Fuel. Kitsune going in right now. Infected's already getting low. Kellen could go in with an ultimate. Sarah's going to try to find somebody, but the stun comes in from Luke. Does get the kill, but kind of interrupts the ultimate. Going to come out of the scene. Gets the kill on a tree. Kellen trying to lead up with an ultimate right now. There is a low Vendetta on the map. It's going back and forth. Infected gets the kill on the Chronic. Seandra gets a kill on the back line there. Infected does pop ultimate. Could find a kill here. Doing a lot of damage. It's just Infected on Kari now, but Tree could be back soon. Kellen goes in there. Infected's trying to run out. Trying to see if he can survive. But they get the kill right now. You might see one more player make it on the side. Tree is trying to get there as possible, but Fuel holds on second point. Keep in mind, this map is tough. It's not over yet, but a good hold from the side of Fuel. That was good.
Team Liquid. Dallas Fuel now going to make their run on their attack.
Look at a sacrificial cat there from Lukemino, diving in right on top of Zero. And that's a trade you want. Tree no longer in the mix. It's going to favor Dallas Fuel in the long term. Take a look at the replay. I mean, Dallas Fuel, they're just all in on the Sky Noon, and why not? Like, it feels like it works every time, and then it makes it so much easier for every other.
Obviously, we got to see how their attack does. Yeah, Infected did everything he could right there. You know what I mean? Like, he did everything he could. 1 second, chat. I gotta look at one thing here.
I worry now for
timings. Give me a moment. Okay, we should be good. It says 12 minutes on the next one, chat, so there shouldn't be an ad play.
On a hybrid, too, you're almost... I don't know if you feel this way, Johnny, but you're almost expected.
How many games left today? After this series, which is a first of 3, there will be a first of 4 grand finals. We're not sure what teams yet. So.
And then maybe you can hold there yourself.
Yeah, it can be hard kill code. I agree. All right, here we go.
You're able to make a stand there. We've seen it a couple of times this weekend. But to not capture the second point, this is now a real great opportunity for Dallas Fuel to get ahead of this one. On a map where I felt, you know, Team Liquid were favored.
I'm waiting.
Playing this Maga style, having really powerful supports in the Kiriko and Juno. Just not able to make it work, and instead it's with Dallas Fuel coming back.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Dabs. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. You never know, but yeah, I don't know. We'll find out eventually. Okay.
All right, well, Chronic back on to the Cassidy. Like you mentioned before, Johnny.
Here it is.
If you're hearing
Fuel trying to take back control, does hit a rock on an Infected. Keep in mind, they're going to engage here in the corner. This is the idea behind Team Liquid, is to engage in. They do go for the Cassidy, they do get the kill. Chronic, you know, we'll now know that next time. I think Fuel's going to try to maintain statue for now, since they are doing a lot of damage. Like, Infected's at 1 HP, and they kind of know it. So, like, right now, they're going to try to stay alive as long as possible. Obviously, now, this is going to be the engagement from Infected soon. A lot of damage in there. I mean, and they're really low. Like, really low. Like Sojourn's going to go down low. I did see somebody to the right there. Infected's charging out right now, and is also really low. So, as Liquid tries to kind of disengage this, the damage output, Kellen hits a nice shot there. Looking for a nice shot here onto possibly Infected. Infected runs to the point. Goes down, and yeah, I think Dallas Fuel, unless something crazy happens here, will probably get the point. So, a really good first point attack here for the side of Fuel. Now, can they have a much better attack from Liquid? We don't know, but Fuel, even with going down 1 early, gets the point. All right, long way through second now. Obviously, have to go to the end of the second. This is not an easy map for that. One team fight at a time.
Quick cap for the Dallas Fuel. Vega just scouting out, making sure there's no one on the high ground. Sonjin on a small off angle. Audio in the left-hand side of the ear here. So
all right, here we go. No, there was a lot of really good players. Fuel has the ultimates. They might try to be aggressive with them here. You know, they are going the cat. You know, Sonjin looks for a kill. Can't really find anything. It's not really worth, like, feeding the ultimate there. So just kind of says, okay, never mind. Good disengage from Liquid. You know, might have been a hopefully a better time. And Infected's trying to build the ult. Keep in mind they just swapped Infected just swapped the Sigma, so there's definitely an ult advantage here. We do get out. Here comes the Sky Noon. Chronic gets the kill onto Kiriko. That's a huge pick. Zera does get a kill on the Sionjun though, but there is a cat on point that Chronic sees. The ultimate goes up into the air. There was a Kitsune that went out, by the way, and guess what? Fuel still has a Kitsune. There is a trade though onto CJ. A little bit of a misstep there. Actually, Zera's behind on the point on the Tracer. Tries to, pulse bombs the shield, doesn't get anything. Zera is running away. This will be like, oh, but Kellen finds the kill. That's going to open the doors now a little bit. This is going to allow for an aggressive Kitsune, and there's no other ultimates, outside of trees, so if they can manage that, this could be really good. We'll see.
And that could be what's
I'm glad you enjoy it.
Texas,
thank you, I appreciate it. They're going to Kitsune in shortly. It's not over yet, though. Tree has a big ultimate on the side. Get ready. The moment they see opportunity, this Kitsune is going out. Kellen is getting a little bit low, though. Tree decides to go with the ult. Tree goes down to Chronic. Chronic hits a 6 shot. The Kitsune is out in the field. Looking Infected with there's no cleanse, there's no E. They get a kill onto Infected. It's now a 5v3 in favor of Fuel. Tracer on the point. Tracer goes down. Sionjun gets this. And chat, Dallas Fuel goes up 2-1 on the map pick of Liquid of Neon Junction. Next up, we know what's happening. They're going to go to like New Junk City or something. Because I've seen Fuel play that map, and either way, 2-1, Fuel has a chance. I'll be right back again. Surf Shack, thanks for the 7 months of the tier 1. Appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go, Fuel. One more to go. Still plenty of time for Liquid to get back into this, so they got to settle.
Let's go, Dallas.
If you're Dallas, Tree away from that pick and enables you to Sionjun to play a bit more freely, who has a lot of pressure, these first.
Is Kellen a Sigma main now? I mean, I think at this point, I think they're just Sigma is good against Mauga in the right setting. So I think that's what you're seeing. All right, the Farrah comp very spam heavy. Going with the Yari this time instead of that. Remember, this is Infected on obviously on the Mauga. Remember, this is going to be a very kind of spam heavy comp for Fuel and a more engage heavy comp for Liquid, which is why they're not going up the middle. So a little bit of a duel over here on the side. Sionjun is trying. Oh man, that dude, I love that. I love that setup. Basically, debate. So apparently, I'm going to assume, based off of what I just saw, that a lot of the time Sionjun was getting flanked by Tree. So they literally did that on purpose. They basically put Sionjun there as like a distraction, and then they chased him and fell for like that play and immediately got the kill. That's why Luke was just sitting there. He was basically, he knew that like that's what was happening. Yeah, Tree switches to Sojourn. Yep, that was a great play. That was a debate and a half. Not sure on that one, Azito. I'm sorry. It's hard to call. All right, Fuel going to go into the spam heavy again. A lot of time in the middle here. Zera is getting behind on the flank, so that the back line does need to be careful here. Zera actually gets a recall right in front and has to go into the team. This is an important time here for Kellen to try to back away and disengage. It looks like they're doing that. They do get the pylon. Again, Infected has to kind of get out. Tracer to the left side. Sionjun sees this. There's a lot of spam damage in. There's a rock on Infected. Again, there's a lot of damage happening here on both sides. I'm trying to see how the HP is maintained. Kellen is their target and just used E. So they're going to have to back away temporarily. Infected's also low. Pulse Bomb coming in from Zera right now. And I'm still watching the Elts build. Infected's taking so much spam damage right now and just can't find opportunity. So we're going to see what happens here. Fuel is, Infected runs in. There's no ultimate, so that was okay. It was time, by the way. Like that was... Like, I know from, the perspective we saw, you're like, what? But if you look, both of the DPS, or the Kiriko and the Tracer were there at the same time. So the idea was to kill the backline. But Fuel prepared for it, slowing things down. That's why I said I knew it was going to be what was that, but it was actually a set play. It just looks like that because you're seeing that point of view. But the other backside, the DPS were there. Or at least, the DPS and the Kiriko. Yeah, I know. I thought it at first, then I noticed it right after, and I said, yeah, that's what happened. Luke going for the ult. I don't know if there's a basically what you're doing is you're forcing out a cleanse there, and then you get your ultimate. So that's why you're like, why would Luke shoot it into the Kiriko? Well, you're gonna have to cleanse, right? Like that's really why. Zera does get a huge pick. Might go for a Pulse Bomb now. This could be a team fight win for Liquid. There is a lot of low HP targets. The Pulse Bomb misses. CJ gets the kill. Kind of a back and forth right now. This is kind of okay if they can back away and just reset in the middle, which is what they're going to try to do. The question is, can they disengage properly? The answer is yes. They will be back in the middle here. Everything's going to kind of just go back to where it was. So
relatively uncontested on this Tracer. should quite freely be able to.
No, again though, like when you say like like what I'm saying is it's a set play. Like the thing is, it wasn't like he decided to charge in there for fun. It was we're ready, and then you went in. Does that make sense? You know, good trade here. I think. Oh my, Seongjun gets 2. That is well worth it right there. A Kiriko and a Tracer. Does that make sense to what I'm saying? It's not that it wasn't aggressive. It like was a set play. It just didn't go well. They're going to the backline again. Now that is a little bit more aggressive, but it gets the kill. There is going to be a Kitsune coming out. Chronic goes down. A little bit of a pressure in the backline. Keep in mind, there's no Kiriko here. So, like, if they can find Infected at the right spot or get this Lucio, this could happen. Rock does miss. CJ had that Kitsune going there. Obviously, a Emongg ultimate coming in, so we'll see. Yep. Now, this is going to be a tough one because they're going to have multiple ults. It seems like what's happening now is Liquid's trying to engage in much quicker. So if you're seeing Tree looks for a kill, Vega is getting a pick on the Luke. Nothing else really happens there. So there is going to be a Emongg ultimate coming in. Seongjun goes down. So this is going to be a good opportunity for Liquid to take a little bit more map control right now. So we'll see.
Now the question is, can you buy Infected enough time here to actually get a good cage fight going as well? Infected takes a lot of poke damage, so
okay.
It's going to be the disengage for now.
Kellen has Sigma ultimate. Luke is a bit low there, trying to put a shield on us to help him. Damage spam is coming in aggressively. Remember, Infected does have ult. Look for the next engagement from Infected to be the ultimate. I'm not tired. I'm vibing. Mauga ultimate coming in soon. Zera looking for this flank, just waiting for this pick on the Ahri. Sees Luke. Luke is going to be taking a lot of damage. They kind of see it, though. Chronic gets a kill in a tree during that. I'm watching the HP. Kellen might go down here, might not go down. It's a roller coaster of emotions. Infected takes a lot of damage. There's going to be a bit of a nice slam, but there's going to be an eat. Oh, he survives it. What a great job by the team there to be able to peel back. The only thing so far, they get it, and the bot will keep moving. Keep in mind, it won't be like a full push, but the ultimates are looking solid for the side of Fuel. We're under 5 minutes now, and both teams aren't budging. Both teams are playing this close. Kellen's pushing the pot. Luke has ultimate coming up. A lot of spam coming in from the Pharaoh over the top here. Infected drops down. Look for a Luke ultimate to be happening shortly. Zera tries to get the kill. There's the ultimate from Luke. Looking for a play. He's gonna do a little bit of damage there to Infected. Infected will end up doing that. There's a lot of damage on the high ground there. There's somebody in the back line there too. Seongjun gets a kill on a tree. CJ pops that Kitsune. They're looking for opportunity here. There's going to be a flank happening. Luke is just disengaging around the other way. Going to be popping a pylon on the other side here. They are playing for the checkpoint, and they do get the checkpoint. Liquid has checkpoint. Going to play a little bit safer now. Infected charges in. They go in with beat. The beat, they're kind of a little bit off there, and guess what? Fuel disengages back to the middle. Gets checkpoint. Outplays the beat, and will meet back in the middle now, but they have the checkpoint right now. Seongjun looking for some opportunity. Obviously, a lot of map area here. Vega almost goes down. Dude, this debate has been so good. Luke just waits and gets the kill. Oh, man. Dude, I'm loving that strat. All right, anyway, CJ is getting a little bit low there. Infected goes down. A bit of a trade fest in the back line. The numbers are in favor of Fuel right now, but keep in mind they won't get too much progress here. It's going to be kind of a push the cart and then back away again. But hey, any meter you get now is important at this point of the game. Obviously, they still have the good spot. So Infected going in on the Wrecking Ball. We have a swap. We have a Wrecking Ball swap. A lot of damage coming in from Seongjun. Almost kills the Kiriko. They're not able to find it. Luke does go down. But Kellen gets a kill on his Zera, so there's a little bit of a trade. Looking at the opportunity here. Seongjun just kind of being annoying in the backline. This is actually great. Infected comes up there and gets the kill. I will say that was ambitious of an ultimate. I get it, but yep. Kellen's going to back away. And they're going to regroup in the middle. 2:58 left in the clock. Well, no, I did a 26-hour stream about a month ago. I'm not doing that again. They're going to meet in the middle. A lot of there, you know, obviously the Wrecking Ball comp. I mean, don't even be surprised if Fuel tries that later on. Tree has ultimate. Zera's going to be setting up in the flank here. Kellen's just going to be holding close. Fuel's kind of okay with this. They're slowing the game down because they're not going to force a play. Seongjun goes in the back, they end up chasing the Tracer, but a lot of damage going. Seongjun's able to escape out. Kellen has an ultimate coming in. And ends up getting Tree with the ultimate. Doesn't get the kill, unfortunately. Kellen should be going down here shortly, but gets a kill onto the Kiriko. That might be enough to kind of just turn this fight. Obviously, great heals coming in from the side of Fuel. Sojourn's one shot in front. Chronic saves him. Dude, the teamwork of Fuel right now just absolutely saves Kellen. Kellen at every moment should have went down there. Boldy Mac, thank you for the 56 months of the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, Boldy. 2 minutes left on the clock. Fuel pushing the bot. Luke has ultimate coming up. Meters are being made. Sojourn has ultimate. Sojourn has ultimate coming up. Luke has ult. Kitsune coming up. There's going to be a double Kitsune coming up here. Luke is going to go for a play. Looks for an opportunity. Doesn't find anybody yet. They disengage completely. Does hit somebody with that. Goes in. Tries to get the kill. Does get the kill on the critical. And gets Vega. Both of the limbs. And there's a low HP there. Chronic is trying to get a play here. Hits the shot. Oh, they get so low. Fuel keeps the cart going here now. They will eventually lose this team fight more than likely, but for now it's about progress. They can back away. Soon they're going to have Kellen back up behind into that little window. CJ takes a little bit of damage from Infected. Infected taking too much damage. Yup, rock from Kellen. That's going to slow down a little bit of the approach right now. Kellen is going to eventually back away. Keep in mind that is being called on when to back away, so that's why he's staying there as long as possible. Might as well maintain spots. Ultimates are looking good for Liquid. Fuel is getting up there with the ultimates. It is getting a little bit better. 53 seconds left on the clock. Team fight will happen right around the middle again. Fuel wants to maximize these team fights now. They know that, like, you know, Liquid's going to have to make a mistake. A great pulse bomb by Zera. Got to give credit on that one. Can Seonjun answer in a second here with his own type of pulse bomb? We'll find out eventually. Infected goes in. A lot of damage happening. Seonjun goes for a pulse bomb. It certainly hit that wall. All right. Vega pops the ultimate. I don't know if it got anybody. Kellen's going to probably eventually go down here now. They're all in them. But this is kind of how they're planning it. There is a Kitsune. They do get a trade in the back line. You know, I'm a little bit of a surprise by the Kitsune from Fuel, I will admit. But they're keeping the rotation going. Kellen has ultimate still. I mean, this is kind of like still slow down the approach. Luke is on the Mizuki now, so to be able to deal with the dive a little bit more because of the Wrecking Ball, so a good swap by Luke. Luke cannot revert back to that spot, otherwise he will go down, as you can see. All right, they're back in the middle. Bot didn't get much time. Kellen has out. Here comes the Kitsune soon from the side of the chain. Looks like mine chains right there. There's a lot of damage going in. We're officially hit overtime. There goes the mines in there. Kellen has ultimate. Kellen's looking for an opportunity. Gets one. Seonjun gets a kill on a tree. It's now a 3v5, but there is some ultimates on the board. Kellen finishes the kill right there. Vega in front. Vega does get the kill on the Kellen. Things are looking a little bit wild. There can be a Tracer play. Tracer is on there. Vega goes down. It's going to come down to Zera on the point. Zera's going to be getting a little bit low, running out of cooldowns. Hits a sick pulse bomb onto CJ, but chat, after all is said and done, Dallas Fuel, after getting 3-0'd and struggling, makes it to the grand finals. SSG, Dallas Fuel. It's time, baby. Grand finals. Congratulations to Fuel. My power doesn't go out, chat. What did I say? Was it my bad? Maybe. Maybe my power going out was the reason. It was just the energy, right? What a dominant performance. Great job by Fuel. Started off slow, but you remember when I said on the first map, you could tell they started to figure it out. After that, that Dorado sparked something. When they held that Dorado, they knew. They felt it, and now they're going to the finals against SSG. Up next. Grand finals, best of 7. Can Fuel do it? Will SSG keep their dominance? Either way, back-to-back grand finals for Fuel. I hope they can take it. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Hit that follow button if you haven't. Hope you're all enjoying. Appreciate you. Grand finals soon. So, mutual respect there. Mutual respect there.
Of course.
Yeah, you're good, Jimothy. Listen, you can cheer for whoever you want to. I ain't here to tell you what to cheer for, except that I'm cheering for Fuel. All right? Is what it is. It's how it goes. All right, it's time.
All right, the cat's on the board here.
Fuel is going with the Sigma here. Spacestation going with the Jetpack at Bash. Not surprised to see that. So, hey, good luck, Fried Pickle. I hope your games go well, okay? Good luck. It is sugar-free, yes.
I think Lethal is the most pure and
okay.
hit scan player I've ever seen.
Bastion going in right now. Obviously, the Jetpack Hat, you know, comp is very strong, so Fuel's going to be looking for kind of a little bit of, like, staying back, letting these cooldowns go out. Chronic with a huge pick on the Lethal. That's a good start for Fuel.
I don't want to head either, apparently. Nice shot from Chronic. Wow, glazing him. Real hard just there.
Kellen is going to be taking a little bit of extra damage, but Fuel takes, you know, the point. Not necessarily the first team fight. You know, you get one kill. But this map, yeah, I think it's the dark version of it. So,
I mean, Hawks over onto this Arisa. This has been a Spacestation gaming.
A bunch of
just big picture-wise. They talk about
ultimates coming out here soon. Lethal is going up onto the high ground. Going to use the mines forward right now. Does find an opportunity to get some kills. Things are going really well right now for these teams. Ultraviolet, you know, getting a little bit low there, but again, you know, for Fuel, they're just kind of in like the stay alive phase. Kellen does go down as I say that though. This should be a team fight win for SSG. because when you lose your tank there, you kind of have to back up. But 31% is not too bad. Obviously, you'd like to hold it for longer, but that's just how it goes. Space-Station has Bastion ultimate, Orisa ultimate, Kiriko ultimate coming up. Oh, you know, I don't have it yet, but very close. But as I say that, Chronic gets a kill onto Sugar Free. This is going to open up the doors now for a little bit more damage output. Ultraviolet's going to try to get out. Hawk is taking a little bit of damage. You know, they're going to have to go on their back foot. If they get one more pick, Chronic gets the cat. Jeonjun tries to go in here, gets on the motorcycle, goes in, sends the motorcycle under the bridge over there, and this should be a team fight win for this side of Dallas Fuel. A lot of damage on point. Hawk looking for some damage here. Hawk might try to ult, but probably will go down. And Dallas Fuel wins the team fight. All right. Fuel has every ultimate except for Sion. For Xion. Space-Station pretty much in the same boat. Doesn't have ultimate with lethal. So both of those DPS, you know, will have their ultimates at some point. I do expect to see a pretty aggressive natured ultimate idea from here from Space-Station. Look for them to be pretty aggro with the Bastion. As they go with the Bastion, they're going to send the Orisa in. It's on Dallas Fuel to kind of react to what they're doing. Chronic is going to be ulting here soon. We do have a Bastion ultimate. The Bastion ultimate does chip damage. Luke gets him off the map, so he takes the steals him from the other Jetpack Cat. As I say that, you know, we have a duel. Kellen got the kill on Admiral. Did Admiral go too low on the map? Either way, Fuel on the point. Hawk does get the ability right there, but if they can get the kill on Ultraviolet right now, they could probably clean up on Hawk right now, which is what they do. I will say a bit of an over-ult from Fuel, if I'm going to be honest with you, but hey, they won the team fight. 84% right now for Fuel, looking to get as much damage as they can.
Over to the Diva here, 88%.
Ultraviolet does have Kitsune coming up, so this is going to be a pretty good team fight for Space-Station, the Bob and that, but if Jeonjun can find any type of opportunity here, Hawk switches to Diva, which is a good swap here, to be honest with you. Kellen gets a kill into Ultraviolet, and then gets a kill into Lethal. Lethal just bobs like a random doorway because of it. Thankfully, there's a Jetpack Cat able to like carry it around, so they still might be able to win this, but I mean, you know, if there comes an ultimate right now from Jeonjun onto the Jetpack Cat, that could make this a 3v2. Hawk doesn't get a kill on the Chronic. Obviously, there's going to be some damage on the outside. You know, Sugar Free one shot. Somehow that melee didn't hit, huh? Either way, Kellen gets the kill. Hawk's backing up now to survive because they still have the Kitsune coming back. Something to be careful of here for Fuel. They will be back with Kitsune. Get ready. Damage output coming. And then no touch. Fuel takes round one.
As Space-Station Gaming don't get the retouch, and Dallas Fuel pick up the first round.
I mean, what a roller coaster to kind of kick us off here. How did Admiral die after that Catna, by the way? Did he
no worries, Green. That's okay. Yeah, YouTube something that does that. You're good. I'll take a different name on that one. I got you.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure here. Maybe.
All right, that's only round one though. It's just one round.
Dallas Fuel off to a hot start.
Good start. You know, Mojab, thanks for the 3 months of the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate it.
So many times, if you're able to win the previous series quite comfortably, like a 3-1 fashion Dallas Fuel just did, maybe that's just the warm-up necessary to get your adrenaline going, get real focused. And meanwhile, SSG now kicking off this series, maybe cold because they were waiting for
here we go
to show themselves. We're gonna have to try and make some adaptations here. Lethal still
classic Prince. Fuel just set up on the high ground here. Hawk does get the kill on Jeonjun, so something to point out here. There is going to have to be a readjustment here eventually from Fuel. Towards the end of that, they went to Diva comp, and you can tell things started to get a little bit wild. Kellen just, I don't know what just happened right there. You know, do we see a Wrecking Ball swap? Or do we just see Kellen stick on this? I'm just curious because Mauga, okay, so they do make the Mauga swap. I was gonna say, I'm glad they made a swap because like that was gonna be a bit tough. Obviously they're gonna try to TP. You know, Kellen does run to the point, but the idea is they'll eventually TP there. It actually was honestly. If you want to know what happened right here, I'll explain it in a second. They disrupted the TP play, so when Kellen went to charge in, the idea is that you time the charge with the play, and that's why it looked like that. So again, just an unlucky time in there. You know, I think that they'll be able to clean this up, SSG on the outside of the map. Obviously, if, you know, if Fuel can get a kill, that'd be great, but that was just like a good job by SSG denying the TP play. So Fuel does disengage out. Gonna regroup again and try to do that again. Probably look for a different approach to the play, to the TP that is. So, Georgie's the fourth cat. No, Luna, sorry. On your list right there. Lunas are These are a black cat. She is upstairs a lot of the time. She makes rare appearances on stream. Chat loves when Luna shows up. But she's a little bit more, she shows upstairs. She kind of like, you know, just likes it up there. So yeah, she's very food driven. There's not many crunchies down here. But she does come down here occasionally. We know she has shown up on stream a few times. So. You do get that? Yeah, exactly. A lot of point control. Fuel is starting to take here, but Sugar Free with a good pick on the Chronic. I do think it's possible with this Kitsune that they could maybe do something. Obviously, that's just going to sit on the ultimate. Honestly, ends up kind of making that work. Luke gets the kill with the boop off the map, also while being pulled by the... that kind of kill? That's weird. Okay. While also getting pulled by the Jetpack Cat. We have Jetpack Cat Bash and SSG's looking for some opportunity here. Chronic does a little bit of damage on the Bastion, but has to wait. Can't really force this. Kellen's getting a little bit low, getting concerned for the HP there. Obviously, they disengage out. Kellen does a good job of getting out and surviving, but there's a lot of damage output happening, and they could follow up and kill CJ, so I'm going to look for it here. Love that emote. Yeah, that's a sleepy one for her. Beat going in. A lot of damage happening on both sides. And they just do the same thing. Both teams just flip the point. Bastion ultimate coming in. There was a cleanse there, and it does look like Bastion ult does do 2 damage. There is a lot of damage going out on the Bastion, but a lot of this Jetpack Cat Bastion gameplay ends up being this. You know, I think it's going to be a little bit too late here, and I think we will be going to, this was a good comp swatch by switch by Spacestation, so I'm not surprised to see it went this way. So we're going to see what Fuel kind of prepares for the next one. The thing is that they don't run Roadhog. They really could go the Wrecking Ball comp. Not that it's like, you know, going to perfectly work, but it is very feasible that it could work.
So comfortable in that
what happened to the beat? I don't know. I missed it. I think it did hit, actually, at that time.
Great composition that they were fully confident
I think it hit, but I could be wrong.
The objective with the Mauga, but if I'm SSG in that one, I'm looking at the composition here of Dallas Fuel, and I'm thinking like, okay, if we survive the initial cardiac overdrive, like we'll have a lot of poke, great angles available for us. And at the end of the day, we're gonna come out on top.
All right.
The execution was there from SSG.
We'll see.
From them.
Teams are in between right now.
Swaps at all from the Fuel.
Waiting for it.
Going for the point hold comp against the Cat Bastion. It's just so, and the Diva too. It's just so tough.
All right.
They're going back to Mauga though.
Yeah. I don't mind the Mauga too much at the end of the day, but on a round like Lighthouse, you know, you don't have the same level of sustainable tools.
We are getting a Jetpack Cat for the side of Fuel. A little bit of a different comp, though. Obviously, Chronic is going to be on. Ooh, they're going with the Tracer comp. This is interesting. This is like a DPS line with the Tracer that could go really well as long as they don't get picked off early. And it's going to put more pressure on Hawk. That's exactly what they're going to try to do. They're basically just going to pressure out Hawk's mech. Remember, Diva is a little bit easier to kill now. Periga, thanks for the tier 1 for 3 months in advance, and Guns, thanks for the 4 months of that Prime stuff. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Seonjun gets the kill on the Hawk, obviously. Still, you know, kind of have to grind through the team fight, make sure you don't get picked off in the backline. But look at this. Kiriko is going to get really low. They know this. Ultraviolet goes down. Fuel takes the first team fight. Hawk is back in mech. They're looking for some opportunity to get some kills. Obviously, don't want to like challenge the Jetpack Cat there, and there you go. So a good job from Fuel here. Oh yeah, when Pirate Chip, that was a classic. No changes yet. I agree with you, Bex. Don't worry. No changes yet here.
That should be an opening for you to get this dive going.
Good pressure by Seonjun to get the TP out. Luke is getting low, has to kind of disengage. You know, good damage here from Seonjun. Obviously, the Reaper is looking for some kills. No health pack in the room. Kellen goes in with a stomp, gets Ultraviolet. A lot of damage. Hawk again, demacked. Like I said, they're putting a lot of pressure on the mech with that. It's gonna be what they're doing. Jetpack Cat Bastion getting out. Fuel is chilling.
Yeah, SSG here. Lethal has gone ahead and picked the
Pulse Bomb coming up.
Which obviously, when you activate it, it's so potent that
no other ultimates. I mean, there's Bastion ultimate, but it's Bastion ult. It could get people. If this Pulse Bomb sticks, this could create one more team fight. We'll see.
To actually survive in these fights and give them more opportunity to find these picks. Seonjun here looking for something with the Pulse
Reaper's getting a little bit low. Damage going in. I mean, Seonjun doing a really good job here. Kellen gets the kill on a Sugar Free. There is a trade happening. Kiriko is very low. They're going to be looking for the kill there. Kellen gets the kill on the Sugar Free. Keep in mind, Hawk is demacked again. And the Jetpack Cat again doesn't want to stay and take the fight. Just gets out. All right, this is technically one more team fight if Fuel can get this, and they have 5 ultimates. They've won every single neutral right now. Mid-season will be the 14th, so not this upcoming week.
Because of their mobility
I guess Sunday's the start of the week, you know what I mean.
And the Susu is forced
Again, the pressure here on Ultraviolet is intense. You know, Luke goes off the map, gets lethal. CJ gets the kill on the back line there. Chad, it's now literally Hawk doesn't even have ultimate. Admiral goes down, and Dallas Fuel takes map 1 against SSG. Keep in mind, SSG picked this map because they won it last time, but this time Fuel said, you know what? We'll run other heroes. Fuel takes map 1.
Weird Ilios that was.
Like a slammed.
Here we go. Can Fuel do it? I mean, if Fuel can take this map, the thing is Space Station just watch them play Neon Junction, so like they have data on how to do this against them. So like this isn't like being like, oh, we'll just go this map for fun. Like they did have that opportunity, so we'll see.
You need to have one of them. I know they're futuristic cars, a lot of them hover, but you could still have the stance, I reckon, with the little hover jet. That'd be kind of sick.
After the grand final today, are you gonna lay down on the couch and watch Tokyo Drift?
Maybe. Dude, it's a good film.
Here we go. Can Space Station do it?
Right,
Sugar Free hits a shot. Doesn't get a kill because it was Kellen on Mauga. We have Mauga versus the Ramatra here. May, Ash, Juno Kiriko versus the Juno Kiriko, Sim, Shion, and Mauga. So,
changing to cast. No, Sojin instead.
Here we go.
This is a look we're very familiar with. Sugar Free on the May. We've spoken so much and in depth about how Sugar Free's hero pool is just so vast, so deep.
It's time.
At this moment in time.
Yeah, Ash gameplay. Oh, well, on to Sojin. There you go. Hope you enjoy the Ash gameplay. Engagement in here. This is a strategy I've seen teams incorporate. Very aggressive, kind of like deny the choke. You know, Hawk does get low. Sugar Free is a little bit out of position. I don't know if he has Maywall. They might just be able to get the kill there. They're going to look at him and get the kill. I mean, Sugar Free's definitely going to go down there. It's going to be just like a tap of a second. So, good job by Fuel, kind of going with the more engage-heavy approach. I'm curious to see if they swap up their comp after this, too. You know, they are a team willing to do that. Nope, they're going to stay at the same, so that's fine.
Now they have to play with pace instead.
You've conquered the drops. Congratulations. I'm glad to hear.
Teleporter, the overrun from Kellan, and do what they just did. Get on top of someone from SSG. Get an early pick onto lethal. Getting into an early man advantage, that's going to be what enables Dallas Fuel to outlive this main.
Right, slowly they try and make their way past the statues.
Dallas Fuel.
Good shot onto Chronic.
Well, Lethal gets a kill on the Chronic, so a little bit unlucky there. I think they're going to disengage out. I think what they're going to do is they're going to try to go for a re-engage here, which is the smart play. Like, because if you try to force that, you're going to lose corners. They can, like, play up close. They're going to give one more tick. Just give it a second, and they're going to go in with Juno Ultimate right now. They're going to start pushing Juno Ultimate as soon as they can. But obviously, Space Station's kind of prepared for this. So, like, the Ultimate goes in. Kellen does get kind of stuck in a weird spot, but there's the Kitsune coming in next. Get ready, chat. They're going to be going in. Double Kitsune's going to be coming out. Ultraviolet gets low. CJ gets the kill on the Lethal. They're going to be doing a lot more damage. May's on the point. Chronic gets the kill. Yep. Let's go. And there you go. Fuel holds. Minute 45 left. Great play. Great retake. Excellent job. Excellent job. Simwall coming up. There's a Reaper swap now, so the May is gone. Hawk is now mirroring the Mauga. There's a Juno ultimate on the field, so a lot of damage, but I think the ultimate from Kellen plus the... actually, I think the ultimate from Seonjin will actually kind of be helpful here. Obviously, they're just going to kind of like, you know, try to get as much L charge as they can for Luke in this situation. There we go. They're going in. They're engaging in. They back away temporarily. There's the Sim. Good disengage from the side of the Space Station. Kind of got the Sojin ultimate out, so they don't have any ultimates. No, they have to. It's just the way it works. Is it's first to 4.
From Kellan. Admiral's going to drop this orbital ray, which will give the edge to SSG.
Here we go.
But if Kellan can trap someone with the cage fight,
Kellen has ultimate coming up. Admiral pops this. Keep in mind, this ultimate is pretty good here. If they can get the combo, they do. Chronic gets the kill. And if you look at this, Fuel is building up their next ult. Hawk does have ult, but they're going to have a Juno ultimate here. Technically, one last team fight for the point here. Keep in mind that they do have Mauga ultimate, which is good, and there is a time in here, and I think they're going to try and take that. So look for them to be pretty aggressive with the Mauga ultimate. Obviously, Lethal taking some damage. They're going to back away as much as they can. There's the ultimate. They're going to try and break it as much as possible, and then pop Juno ultimate. Luke pops the Juno ultimate. There it is. They get the kill onto the ult. Hawk is kind of stuck on the point. Remember, Hawk did have to engage in with this Reaper, no shift bottom right. They're going to get the kill on the Sugar Free. A lot of damage going main right now. They're going to try to disengage this, and I do think you're going to see an aggressive approach here. Seonjun goes in, gets a kill on Ultraviolet, trying to find another kill here. They slam in. They get a kill there. And chat, Dallas Fuel will hold on first point. Keep in mind, this is a tough map on first. As I said earlier, I watch teams either full hold it on first or just get dominated in a few seconds. So this is a great hold, but still plenty of time on the clock here. You know, they have to take one team fight at a time. So good job by Fuel there. Very well played.
Chronic here with the spree inside the cage fight.
Yeah, very good teamwork, very good disengage, very smart play. So we'll see.
Fight, they didn't really have that same aggression. It came out a little early, like you said, but also
yeah, I see what you're saying, Velocifray.
Really wasn't there. You're kind of hoping that Sugar Free is maybe able to pick apart the enemy Mauga. Then the Orbital Ray comes online for Dallas Fuel. The aggression from Dallas Fuel playing this Mauga was just brilliant. Honestly, they understood the game plan and the win conditions so well. And every player came in clutch for them from that one. And now SSG.
All right.
It has to be said, just moments away here from going down 0-2.
Yes, these teams are both in Paris already, as well as Team Liquid. Yes, those teams are all there. This is for seeding purposes and more prize money.
I want to carry on the conversation about the number 2. Almost called it a letter. I almost called the number 2 a letter. 2 deaths for the Fuel on their defense. Spacestation, they're pulling it back out. They got the Mei on defense, but this time Lethal on the Bastion. No cat, of course it was banned. So just a plain Bastion against the Dallas Fuel. You really have to be perfect with these forms. Hawk on the
here we go.
We got Kellen on Mauga. Double sniper to start out. Little scout.
Chronic looking for a pick.
No headshots though. As they go for full flank.
Genji?
Ooh, Genji from Seonjun. I wonder if this is like to do with the flex strategy against the Bastion as they move in aggressively. Like you kind of like force that. They are running a Ramacha again. Fuel is trying to take a little bit of map control. Sugar Free is forced to use wall early. Probably not ideal for them. They're starting to lose a little bit of the side of the map. So right now, if they can't control that room, here we go. The Genji's going to be going in. Tries to deflect it on the Bastion. Does a little bit of damage here. Obviously, Seonjun's going to go down there after the deflect, but the damage might be done to the Bastion there. Kellen is taking a little bit of damage. Both teams are kind of sustaining. CJ is taking a little bit of damage. Something to watch out for. They're going to engage in at the same time. There they go. They go in there. They go to the slam. They get a kill. Multiple kills are happening right now. Chronic gets a kill under Ultraviolet. Mei is going down. If they can get this kill on Sugar Free, it's a guaranteed a limb. 3 on point. Dallas Fuel goes up 2-0 in the series.
Ban first. That's the 2 ticks required.
Burn blue, baby.
Dallas Fuel 2.
Burn blue. 2-0. That timing was unreal. That charge they did in there was so good, by the way. You could see they went in together. Nice job by Fuel. Next up, I don't know what map it's going to be, but not Neon Junction. I do think it's going to be a new Junk City soon.
Not what you wanted to see.
Great job by Fuel. Let's go. We'll see. I mean, like it's like the chat. I mean, it's one map at a time. SSG is a very good team. SSG is a very well-coached team. SSG is made of a ton of great players. I'm a one map at a time person.
But Hawk, he has a chance to choose the D.Va. But
I'm a one map at a time person, so
I don't.
You know, I 2-0 to me, it's 0-0. That's how I look at it. Because if you think ahead, that's how you lose. So they need to think in the present, and that is currently still a 0-0 game, and they need to win each map and earn each map win. That's how I approached gaming when I was playing it too, like in pro play. Is like a map win's a map win, but you have to earn the map wins every time. Doesn't matter how well the series is going. Like it has to be like a clean slate every time.
I think Sunjun is going to be
here we go.
The real interesting hero to keep an eye on in this matchup now.
They do have a jetpack at. Obviously, Luke kind of scouting out a little bit. Cassidy made to go with it. Now, obviously, Fuel has played this. They had a little bit of a problem last time. They got picked up a little bit early, so, yep. So they banned Winston? Yeah, there you go.
Oh, here they go. Lethal and Admiral on their own little adventure.
They are looking for Lethal.
Okay. All right.
Okay, dude, Chronic just came in with a sweet chin music. What the heck?
I just want to say, by the way.
Dude, what was that, dude? Like, what the? Came out of nowhere. All right, anyway, first team fight still going on here. A couple of elims for Fuel.
Need to play Overwatch. I love
That's
seeing
how you improve, honestly. You die, you make a mistake, you're still alert.
Both teams kind of like, playing, a little bit, safe. Obviously, you got, Kellen has to be a little bit careful of this left side angle. Seonjun's going to kind of play a little safer. Admiral gets a little bit of damage in there, so we got to be careful. They're looking for some shots. Ultraviolet taking a lot of damage right now. Looking at the side of Fuel, they're controlling the map. Hawk is going to go take a little bit of high ground. Hopefully they recognize this play has happened, and they do. Seonjun at least scouts it, so it's not going to be a surprise to Fuel. Fuel will probably have to drop off the high ground shortly. So a good job by SSG to be able to take the high ground. Fuel's going to play the middle of the statue, which is what they're playing for right now. Luke is taking a lot of damage. Look for that to, possibly be a problem here. Seonjun gets away. Hawk is taking a lot of damage. We do have a Sky Noon coming in from the side of Fuel. They might find a kill right here. Oh, good play by Lethal. I respect that. If Luke can get out, that'd be huge. We'll see. It does look like Kellen will probably go down here shortly, unless there's a play happening. Ultraviolet pops the Kitsune. And I think SSG should take the point. That was just a good play. I mean, Space Station just played that well.
Yeah, it has to be said. This is going to be a long series, Jack. This is the best.
That was just like good reaction. I don't mind. Like I think that was fun for them to go for it. Like Fuel, that is. But they kind of prepared for that type of play.
Very much have the possibility.
That was a good play. Either way, on a second point, there's going to be a Sky Noon coming in from the side of Space Station. We'll see if there's a different result here for these teams. Obviously, they go into the room. They're trying to get in there. Kellen's trying to eat the ult. Oh, the jetpack. Okay. Honestly, though, like if you're going to have to get jetpack cat ultimate and that to be able to make that play happen, I think we're okay with that, right? Like that was a good play. If you didn't see what happened, the cat ulted Kellen, so it's stunned. So it was like they basically had to use 2. Great rock by Hawk right there. That was awesome. Okay, just reset for Fuel. No reason to do anything else here. You can't do anything about that. Obviously, Fuel has a bit of a an ult economy advantage coming up. Do have to be a little bit careful. That was a great rock. I mean, you got to respect a good rock. Yep, rock. Grappling up. Hawk to the high ground. Good play. I'm curious to see how this point gets handled soon. Chronic is obviously trying to get picked up by the Cassidy on the high ground. There is Lethal on the top left. There's the Kitsune going out. Remember, they do know they have a Kitsune advantage due to the previous team fight. They're in a weird spot where they kind of disengage down. So ended up being a really good play there by Space Station getting out. They do bring Hawk back out of the high ground. Keep in mind, Hawk does have ultimate. We do have a pull of Sugar Free up into the air here. Sugar Free does end up surviving it. There goes the Sigma ultimate. Great job by Kellen. And Dallas Fuel will stop them right here. Plenty of time on the clock for SSG, but on Dorado, like 3 minutes turns into like a minute really quick. I don't know how to explain it. It's just the way the map plays out. So Fuel,
they reclaim this ground, and obviously
looking for an opportunity here to get some type of play. Hawk has High Noon. I mean, Hawk has High Noon apparently on Sigma. Lethal has High Noon. They're going to go for the same Jetpack Cat High Noon. I think we're going to see a double duel Jetpack Cat High Noon. I think Chronic is going to be doing the same thing. Good luck to both teams. Ultraviolet getting a little bit low. The cleanse is there, and immediately goes in. Seonjun basically recognizes what's happening. They don't go into the room, and if you don't notice, they use an ult there. So they're going to go in. I mean, Hawk does get a kill on the Luke, but I mean, that's going to be a trade from Lethal on the side there. Admiral's getting low, though, and Dallas Fuel wins the team fight. Just to point out, May ultimate was used. They try to get the kill there. So either way, Sky Noon's available. Ultimates for Space Station are picking up. Fuel's going to want to be a bit hyper aggro here to kind of create one more team fight in between this. It's first to 4.
I love that spree usage. Knowing that you're going to commit this ultimate.
Chronic going up in the air with Sky Noon.
Open things up and then you clean things up. Chronic here now with the Sky Noon.
Oh, they have the advantage on the flank. Oh, but it's going to be tough to do. Damn. Yeah, I knew that. Oh, that was so unlucky. If that didn't happen the way that it did, that was going to be... Oh, man, that's just unlucky. Good play by Space Station. That was a good job by the Cat to be able to make that play. Admiral pulls down Kellen to the point. They do get cleansed out. Obviously, they're just popping all their ultimates again. Kellen will go down right now. I wonder if we're going to see Luke try to go for a play soon. I think Fuel, unfortunately, just won't be able to do much about this for now. Chronic does go in for, like, a play. It's just, like, a lot of ultimate stacks, and I did say, like, how the ultimate stack would be a concern. Chronic with a huge pick onto Ultraviolet. I mean, hey, listen. Look cool. 250 going on in the last part of the point here. Let's see if Fuel can hold this. They have had a bit of trouble regrouping on third point, I've noticed with Fuel.
SSG here.
But nice shot by Chronic there. You have the last loot box. Let's go back. That sounds good, and thank you. I appreciate it. You have a great rest of your day. You're hopping off. Thank you. Yeah, that was a sick shot. I mean, great job by Fuel. I mean, not by Fuel. I mean, Fuel's doing a great job, but great play by Space Station. Understanding the situation, the alt stack. If they don't win that team fight, they have no time. So they made a good play. We're gonna see a Kitsune happen here soon from CJ. May not need that now with the pick onto the May. This is gonna allow for them to kind of just take a little bit of map control. So you're gonna need to be careful of being traded on. That's why Luke is just going in there. But oh boy, yeah, this is a little bit of the concern. Ultimate there from Kellen. CJ gets the kill. little bit of like a trade fest right now, but I think like either way, you know, Dallas Fuel will be back in time. So Chronic is just trying to see if he can get a kill. Nice shots there. Obviously a little bit of damage output going over there. Everybody's backing away, and things should be evened out now, back to normal. So there you go. So things are normal again. Funk, thanks for the prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Look, it's going
Appreciate
to
it.
It's just a matter of time here.
Kutsune will be coming out soon. There's the Sky Noon. Saw that coming. Doesn't get a kill, but does get map control. They do all in on Kellen. They're going to have to do a counter Sky Noon soon if they want. Looks like they're going to go just to kind of clear ultimates out a little bit and maybe get a secondary kill. Even if they don't, this is still like a good kill onto lethal there. They do have a bit of a retake. I'm a little bit concerned with how they're going to get through here. Kellen goes Mauga, so that is a good swap. But they're going to be dealing with like a lot of ultimates coming here. They don't have to deal with like the lethal goes Tracer. There it is. The May wall will probably come soon. There we go. There's the Sky Noon. They try to go for it. What a rock by Hawk. What else can you say right there? That was a yup rock and a half. Kellen goes up onto the high ground, not able to find anything just yet. Hawk is going to go there, and I got to say, you know, SSG hit a really good amount of ultimates, and they were able to take fights. So good job by SSG. You know, this is why they picked them out with Fuel. So, you know, Fuel has an uphill battle here. You know, may not be over. I have seen Fuel like struggle to get second. If they get through second, I could see this being a very interesting
maybe play
match,
around,
so.
make it a little bit tougher to hit that one, but I don't think I've ever seen an accretion like that one. That was
I'm glad we got the
Oh, you say you don't like it, Harry? That's okay.
It's 20 million years ago, and you were the final dinosaur to look at the meteor.
Except it was the other way around.
All right, let's keep going.
It's actually shot from the ground this time.
Yeah, it wasn't from the sky. Yeah, it was the opposite. I mean, this is
what's that big rock? What's going on?
What's that rock doing? I'm not sure they were. Well, maybe they were that conscious. I'm not sure.
One of life's great mysteries, Jaws.
We're not getting into this in the grand final of stage 2.
The door is open, bro. You can walk through the door.
Dipping our toes into how much consciousness the dinosaurs have, but if they really said in their own minds, what is that rock doing in that sky? We're not.
Look, I'm
pick
open
up
to all
what
perspectives. If Twitch chat has something to say about it, I'm
You
here
said the
for
official
it.
esports channel is all typing up rock. Love to hear it.
I don't want to. I daren't look, and I never will. All right.
No one really
This
knows.
is the
It's one of the
combat.
few things no one really knows anything about. You know? Takes some pleasure in that.
The reveal? Not quite.
Here we
This
go.
is the combat. This is just so good with as well. The Sky Noon, the cast combo. Oh, that is a real nice. Expecting that one though.
Chronic, you know, going for the pick. Okay, here we go. So,
they've gotten the better.
very similar comp to Space Station. You know, Dallas Fuel is going to want to have a good start. Looks like they're going to put Sugar Free on the low ground here. To try to like kind of stop the card a little bit. You know, Ultraviolet gets a kill on the Sionjun, so not what you like to see. If they can get a trade anywhere, that'd be kind of nice, but not able to find that. They're trying to just hold the choke as much as they can. It's a smart play, so we'll see.
That's terrible news. It's going to set you back here for a little bit. Like
Sionjun on the Anra, an interesting swap,
at the
I
end
must
of the day,
say.
I think will have a better time.
We'll see. We'll see.
So rough for the hang on a second. What?
All right, gonna try to take the high ground here. That's a cool skin, by the way. Looking at the damage. They're rotating to go high ground right now.
Other new DPS. Go for the R-Run instead.
Sionjun does maybe get out. CJ taking a lot of damage, but look at that position in there by Luke and Chronic. Sugar Free does get the kill on the trade in the back line. Kellen is about to go down, but they might be able to kind of get a little bit more damage. They do have a bit of high ground right now. So Luke decides to kind of break off and just go for the card. Obviously, this is going to, you know, Luke will get away eventually, but like, you know, this is a good idea. Push the card up a little bit more. Hit the team back together. Look for Luke to go down here. Chronic has the Sky Noon coming up, so they are going to go for a Sky Noon. Good luck to both of these teams. So, yep. Let's see what happens.
Looking for answers with this on-run. Clearly, we've been seeing it more. So the
Admiral gets
players,
to pick on his
they respect
Sionjun,
it,
so
but
bit of an unlucky start for Sionjun. You know, sometimes it happens, right? You know, probably going a little bit ahead of the team fight. I don't think they're going to do a Sky Noon right now. It is going to be a lot of ultimates here. Space Station onto a good start, so we'll see.
We're experimenting now. Okay, Sionjun is going to change to Tracer. Didn't even earn the Ascent either, which is a little sad.
I see what you're saying. I have no idea where he went.
High Noon, Sky Noon.
Oh, they double trade High Noon, so they lose Luke. But Lethal goes down, Sigma ultimate goes in, but it's going to miss. A bit of a hinder right there. Aggressive approach here from Spacestation. We'll see if it pays off. It could. I do think that is the correct play in that situation. Kellen gets a kill on Admiral. Again, like, they're going to try to play as safe as they can here for kills. We do see a pull in from the side there. Kellen gets a kill on the Hawk during that, so the lack of heals isn't able to do anything. I think they're going to try to kill Kellen now. A little bit of a heal goes in. Nice cleanse. Luke does get, you know, isolated out a little bit, but the wall goes in. They're able to get the kills. The Kitsune goes up. Kellen gets the kill right there. May is going to be on the point. Definitely doesn't have all, as we just saw it. Boom, there goes the kill there. Everything else is kind of evening out. High grounded on the point. Yeah, I want to say that due to the comps being super slow, that will be the first point for Dallas Fuel. So pretty good attack. Took them a little bit, but first point, you know, got to start somewhere. All right, second point's been like kind of like the kryptonite so far for the side of Fuel. So if they get through second, I'm kind of excited. So.
Just keep things going.
How did I improve in Overwatch? You guys practice something like an aim trainer? I don't really use aim trainers. I just kind of try to like find the right sensitivity for me. I'm not saying that, you know, don't use aim trainers, because like it just when I started playing games, aim trainers weren't really a thing. So my aim trainer was like death matches and things like that. So, but yeah, finding the right sensitivity is a good place to start. And then yeah, so. Hawk gets a kill on the backline here, but will go down momentarily, I think. There you go. So Fuel wins the initial team fight. Obviously not much cart progress, so it's kind of like gonna only get to like kind of where those stairs are. Might get to under the bridge. They might actually let it go under the bridge. I think they need to set up before they do anything else.
You're going to have the mate.
Fuel's getting closer to building some ultimates right now. Obviously, they're going for more of this like backline pressure play, so we'll see.
Already trying to wrap around here as you see SSG now going through.
Lethal goes up there. Doesn't hit any shots just yet.
Great job of setting up their team here. They just want to be able to.
Huge Hinda onto Kellen. A lot of bottom backline pressure here. They get a kill right there. They get the kill on the Kellen, but while that's all happening, they get trades on the backline. So if nobody else dies on the side of, if nobody else goes down here on the side of Fuel, they would be able to push this card. I'm a little bit concerned about a Hinder drop down onto the Tracer here, or a Rock drop down. Yeah, Seonjun gets some damage there. So that was a good team fight for basically to be able to sustain the map and kind of force Space Station into like a weird spot again. Obviously with Jetpack Cat, a lot of repositioning can happen.
Take it themselves in lead. So they have a few ultimates available here, but they're going to be so prepared for this guy Noon. Here comes Lethal.
Alright, they see the cat and the church.
Oh, I could tell that was happening. Yep, good High Noon with that. That was tough. Lethal popping off, hitting the shots. Tries to get another one. SSG takes that team fight. This is going to be a, you know, it's a toughie. The second point can be tough, so I'm curious to see what they have in store for the rest of this map. Obviously, a lot happening right now, so it's going to be very interesting to see how these teams play and approach this.
It feels like they're just trying to hold on in this one. They're just trying to give themselves an opportunity to steal this map, because SSG has just been in full control with this May available to them and this feared Cat Cassidy combo.
Yeah, Lethal's very good. All right, ult dump coming in from Fuel. This is kind of exactly what Space Station had to do, is where you just got to send your ultimates and hope that you win. And they're going to be doing it. They're going in. Chronic gets one, and that's going to be good. Obviously, the May ultimate goes out. Kellen's probably going to go down, but if they can use this opportunity to kind of trade out, we'll see. Sigma's getting grappled, doesn't get anything going there. In the meantime, the card's being pushed. So, gets the ult, ends up getting a stun play. Luke tries to get away from there. There is a lot of ultimate on the field. Seonjun is going to try to get away, but unfortunately takes a little bit there. They did get the ultimates out on the side of Space Station, outside of Sigma ultimate, so we'll see what happens here. So,
40 seconds left in the time bank.
Have I ever done casting before? No, I just do this for fun.
With this damage duo of their Space Station in full control.
All right.
With this mate, you have the flux available. You're thinking Lethal is going to get.
Kellen has ult. Sigma ultimate coming in.
Dallas Fuel. They need
Here we go.
Take advantage of this Kitsune Rush timing.
Good play there by Kellen. Just tries to run away from the Rock from Hawk. Ooh, what a shield into a Rock. Wait a second, Kellen, hello? Doesn't get the kill, but that was a good sequence. Jetpack Cat, Kitsune ultimate on the point. Going for a little bit of play here. Is able to do a little bit more damage. Yep, Rock again, able to get the kill. Luke's get a kill on the back line, and I do think this will be a team fight win for Dallas Fuel, unless this crazy play happens in the bottom left or a High Noon happens. So Fuel does cap the point, obviously, as I was saying that. Not a lot of time. Not a lot of time on the clock.
A minute and 20 seconds
but
to go for Dallas
we'll
Fuel.
see how things go.
So one last opportunity here now for Dallas Fuel in this one. They had to spend a lot of their ultimate bank, and you're once again fearing
everybody's kind of chilling for now, so
from Lethal. But if you can just survive this one, It is pretty close
We'll
cornered,
see.
so maybe you can give yourself an opportunity to stay safe as it comes through here.
Oh, the wall is really nice. Kellen's trapped.
They are all in it on Kellen right now on the bottom. If Kellen can survive that, there is a nice block on the point. If Luke can find opportunity to pull that Mei back or any of the kills here, this could be a kill. Oh, but Lethal gets the high noon and the Luke, but they do pull the Mei in there. Man, the Sky Noons, you gotta love it. Good job there by SSG. They win a very important team fight. With that high noon, they're trying to be aggressive right now. They're going to get a kill possibly on a Kellen. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. Kellen does go down. I think Seonjun's going to try setting up for a tap. It's not quite at a point yet where it's a big deal. There is time, so we'll see. Because remember, there is overtime spawns, things like that.
Scouting out the tracer touch here as well. Who can come up close here for Dallas Fuel?
There goes the life grip again. You're going to see them tap soon with the tracer in about half of a second. There it is. There's the tap. There's the recall. Luke is up next, so that's what's going to be the next play. There's the Kitsune coming out. Kellen's going to have to pop this ultimate shortly. Does get him in the air. Gets a couple of bit of damage in there. There goes the ultimate from Chronic. Isn't able to find anybody, unfortunately, but CJ does get the kill on the Lethal. Looking at the HP here on both sides. Seonjun trying to stay alive as much as possible. Hawk is trying to pressure this in the back line. Sugar Free goes down on the point. There does seem to be a lot of damage. Ultraviolet taking a lot of damage in the corner right there. Does get one shot. That pulse bomb somehow didn't go anywhere near him. There they go. They're starting to get the kills. They have to get these, you know, have to get everybody back. Hawk does have an ultimate. Admiral has an ultimate soon. This is going to be an interesting retake here, but there is an opportunity for Spacestation due to the ultimates they have. CJ is getting close to the Kitsune. This Kitsune could be very helpful. Obviously, a lot of damage happening right now, but Cleanse goes in. Kitsune is going to go in right now, too. Kellen's going to have to be massively healed right now. Kellen does stay alive, and now, greatest guy noon. But, oh, it gets one. It gets one. The Kitsune is still on the field right now. Luke tries to go in and get a kill. Chronic, oh, the Mei ultimate. Oh, no, the Mei freeze. I forgot they buffed that. And it looks like Spacestation will hold, and the difference was the Sky Noon. So there you go. 2-1. Not surprised to see Spacestation take that. Dorado has been a trouble map for Fuel, whether they pick it or they get picked against. So map selection goes to Fuel. Hero first, Hero Band goes to Fuel. We'll see what happens. I'll be right back. Chat's going to walk around, and we'll see if Fuel can bring it back. Obviously, a good series thus far, and both these teams played that very well. Good job there. Props to SSG. We'll see what happens next. To the fall button if you have. The Rhine comp from Space Station. I mean, from Fuel. Okay. I said Space Station because I read the top right. That's incorrect right now. But Space Station running the Orisa. Dallas Fuel running the Rhine.
Whereas Liquid didn't show that the other day.
He'll fix it eventually.
I can actually see it work here.
We'll see what happens next. Here we go.
Okay.
Team names are flipped, by the way.
Fuel. So Space Station's running that Rhine comp, that TP Rhine comp that we've seen in the past. So they're going to be going aggressive in. They find the Wu Yang right away. Great job right there. Good play. Good aggression. They're going to go to the point now. Obviously, there's going to be a bit of a split here. So, Sugar Free's on the left-hand side behind them. So, watch some of the supports here just in case. Kelman gets aggressive here onto Hawk. Is holding shield up. Lethal does get a kill onto Luke. And that was my concern as I saw them kind of break off that way. So, a good job by Space Station kind of just like separating and not letting anything happen there. It was a good reaction to the Rhine comp. They're going to disengage out safely and try to go again. So, yeah, this is something that Fuel's kind of done. I mean, before is like, yeah, I know the names are wrong. Like Fuel's kind of like tried to like the Rhine comp. So this is uncommon.
Two very different things. One team, Death Ball 5, TP speed.
Nice shots going in.
Players on perma flank. Is it Death Ball?
Again, they're gonna find this kill, but they got to be able to now they have to figure out what they want to do next, and this is what they made a mistake on last time. So as long as they pay attention to the angles, and I think that's what they're having Chronic do. You can see Chronic's turning around a lot to watch for the Tracer to do as much time there. They have Seonjun capture the point. It still is a 4v4. They could window the point. Lethal is one shot, so I don't know where Lethal is at, but there is the window. Going to give a little bit of time here. Obviously, they're in a weird spot where you have to drop down to the point, so a good job by Sugar Free to kind of pull them from the point. They're getting aggressive now. Good TP out. They might let the point, they're just going to go to the point and chill. I do think that Fuel is starting to get a lot of damage, and they should fall over here very shortly, unless CJ can get that beating time. Chronic gets the kill into Lethal. This is going to be a die on point situation. They do get it to 43%, which isn't too bad. Obviously, they get the kill on the Chronic on point. Definitely have one more team fight, and we are seeing Kellen go to his best hero, which is Diva. As you know, Kellen is known for his Diva. So we'll see how this goes. little bit more of a TP play, get ready for a beat kind of engage here. But I think there's going to be a really aggressive approach here from the side of... they're going to get... This is going to be a tough one because they're going to drop down with, like, multiple ultimates, and I just don't know if you can predict them correctly, so we'll see what happens. It's going to be an ult dump is basically what I'm saying. So they're going to try. There is a lot of ults. If they manage to win this, it's actually kind of pretty cool. But there's a lot. Luther goes down. Wait a second. They put Tidal Blast on the Hawk, so that gets a kill onto Lucio. But Fuel is able to flip the point. A lot of damage happening. Sugar Free underneath here goes down to Chronic. Nice play by Chronic. A lot of damage on the back line. Now they do manage to, retake it. A little bit of a TP play going in on the Orisa. The Orisa's taking a lot of damage. I love this backline pressure from Kellen. Kellen sees the opportunity to go up there. Not able to get a kill just yet, and they will back away. So, window here for Fuel. One team fight coming up. No ultimates for Space Station. I will say this is probably the worst window part of this map. So, that ultimate is good, but not great here in comparison to the other points. So, going to have to win purely just off of good teamwork. Lethal takes a little bit of damage. Look for a window to be coming up from this area right here on the point. Luke's looking for it. Window. They're going to let him flip because they're not worried about that right now. There's the lamp, and there's the window. So, team is going to be here. Obviously, a lot of damage. Admiral does get the lamp, obviously. But it does look like there's a lot of damage happening. I can't really tell what's going on at this point. They do see the possibility of killing Ultraviolet. Seonjun gets the kill on the Sugar Beat. Luther gets the kill on the Luke. And then I think this is where Fuel is going to decide not to use any more ults. But honestly, like... considering how this point was, a good recovery. Ambitious, I will say. But that might be a swap from Kellen. Like maybe like D.Va's not like going to be played, so Kellen just launched the ultimate for some like miracle play. I could be wrong. But no, Kellen stays on D.Va. It's not like that. Listen, it's not the worst ult to waste, but obviously you would like to have that here. So. Better point for Fuel, obviously, than I've normally seen on that map, which is a good sign. Usually they struggle heavily there, but we'll see. Yep.
Committed now. CJ's 50% on the way to a beat, playing the Lucio in a situation like this. But I much favor SSG composition here.
Here we go.
Yeah, I very much do as well. Double support ult too. I mean,
teams are making their plays, chat. They are making their plays.
In these fights because he's such a big target.
Chronic does have a high noon coming up, so look for something like that momentarily. It could happen, might not happen. We'll see.
Almost gets the nice little flashbang, but
Lethal with a huge pick. Space Station starting off strong here.
Looking a little dicey for the Fuel, Johnny.
Hawk gets a kill on Seonjun, and they're just going to reset. I'm trying to figure out what comp they want to go here. Obviously, they're struggling a little bit here. I mean, you could try the Orisa. I just don't know if like this is exactly the comp you want to go. I could be wrong. Mauga. Okay, they go Mauga. Okay, I can see that. Finimo, Winston. Yeah, it's kind of hard to play Winston. So, it's going to be a tough team fight, I will say. Ideally, they can get a few ultimates out here. Chronic actually just goes to the point. Kind of a funny play here, I got to say. So,
Space Station Gaming used the right intro to try and find the straggling members.
Kellen, dude, I love that play. Kellen runs to the point, runs away from the point, just to bait out the Juno ultimate.
So they don't get flipped.
That's great. Hawk goes in for the ult. Doesn't get anybody. There's the beat coming in. Okay, gets everybody except there. Lethal has to kind of back away. Not able to get the kill. CJ gets a kill on Ultraviolet. Looks like we have Kellen running in to go for the Hawk kill. Hawk is getting a little bit low. Admiral's underneath, also low. Sugar Free does get a kill on Chronic there, so watch out for this. Lethal is doing some damage to Luke. Is able to survive that. You might see Sugar Free try to go for the kill onto BAP, but there you go. So Fuel does bring it back. Obviously, kind of an uphill battle here, but again, ultimate advantage is in favor of Fuel now. If they can pick up this next team fight with only one ultimate, maybe a window, then that would be huge for them. Because then at that point, you only basically have one more team fight left to get the point. You have an ult advantage, so there is a chance here for them to do that, but they have to play well. Seonjun looking for the flank here on the play. Doesn't, for the pulse bomb. Doesn't really see anybody yet, but definitely trying to find, a little bit of that early damage. Unlucky there. Good shot by Ultraviolet, but both traces go down, so not a huge deal. Window is up now. Now it's going to be on there. They do all in on CJ. Kellen goes underneath the point. Hawk does get Luke's lamp, but you do see Chronic trade out right now. Orisa's going in for a point. They're going to go back to here. It's going to be kind of like a 3v3 happening soon because both traces will be back on point. That's going to be kind of where this duel happens. It kind of will even out again soon. Everybody's getting back now. Seonjun trying to take a fight there. Both traces are forced out on recall. Kellen has ultimate coming up soon, so look for Kellen there. Seonjun ults the ground. The ground is low. They are, you know, get ready for Kellen to pop the ultimate momentarily. It's going to be in the next few seconds. There's the ultimate from Kellen. Chronic's going to try to go combo it together. Chronic gets a kill onto Lethal. Chronic gets a kill onto Sugar Free. Admiral gets a kill onto CJ. It's now a slight advantage for Fuel, but there is more ultimates on the field. I'm looking at Hawk's HP right now. Hawk is getting low. Loving this flank from Chronic. Looking for the kill. Can't find it, but Hawk does go down. Seems to be some damage coming in. And Dallas Fuel ties it up. 1-1.
Cage Street combo is just
1-1.
nasty, and that is the point for the Fuel.
Lucio is definitely worse, Fuzz.
Dallas Fuel, they swapped over to this Shield and Tracer. No doubt, Ultraviolet has been under so much pressure now, playing the Wu Yang, got less value.
Hawk staying on the Orisa. Ultimate's kind of even. Nope, Hawk does swap over to the Diva. Diva's good against this. It's Diva's. It's like a little bit in favor of Diva now, but it's not as like egregious as it used to be. But this will be bad against the window, which is kind of like the win condition here. But a good window and a kill right away could definitely solidify this team fight. But you got to start with something like that. We'll see what happens. Window's going to be going out at an angle that kind of forces them to a spot they want them to go. Obviously, Lethal comes in here, gets the kill on CJ. We kind of knew there was going to be a tough ultimate there, so you know the best thing you can do is just kind of hope that. Just kind of hope that, like, you know, they make a mistake. So we are seeing the expected.
They get this first point cap.
And Lukemino's hopping over to the Moira here now. It's a hero we saw from Sim.
I can't tell if I'm seeing this right.
Play against the composition like the Shion and the Tracer here.
I was just thinking, if Luke goes Moira here, this should get a lot better. So there we go. That's what I was just thinking.
Gives you some extra mobility. You can play more with these flankers on your team, so this hero pick definitely.
I mean, Moira Orb did get a buff. Moira got a slight buff, so Ultraviolet taking a lot of damage. Oh, they just go all in on Ultraviolet. There is a beat from CJ. Obviously, a few of them don't get it. Looking for the damage here. Pulse Bomb, nope, the wall is good. Does not have destructible damage. Lethal goes down there from Chronic. A lot of damage, and they're just going to disengage out. There's still a couple people on point they have to clear off here, but good job by Fuel. Caps it at a decent percentage. And now
72 after the end of that.
And so Lethal finally makes a swap over to the
here now. Ultimates are looking good on both sides.
They can't keep up with the pace that Dallas Fuel are bringing with them.
I mean, you gotta remember, Seonjun's on like 200 pings, so I'm sure that's why the pulse bombs look like they do.
To pick them apart before the dive.
Kelman's about to go down though with ultimate. That's a little bit of a misplay there. Lethal does a bunch of burst damage. Seonjun tries to go into the back line and pressure him. Obviously, you know, for Fuel, they have to make a decision here on how to disengage this. I mean, I think they're going to try to back away and survive. Maybe there's a chance they tap the point, but I think the best case scenario is to try to regroup together and then go aggressive with this Moira ultimate against that Juno ultimate. So
stop himself from taking damage.
Drops to be as active as long as the matchup. Kelman goes in, going to pop the ult. Now remember, Hawk does have ultimate here, so something to look out for. Chronic gets a kill on the Lethal. The point is being tapped here. Chronic does this. Hawk decides not to pop the ultimate due to the idea that, you know, Fuel did win that team fight. So, you know, good job there. The overtime spawn should give it a little bit of extra time. I think it's going to come down to one team fight for the point. Ultimates are looking a bit rough on the side of Fuel, so they're going to try to play a little bit aggressive. Kellen, they're engaging in. Yep.
With those ultimates out of the way, those SSG have
they're just engaging in. They're going for the Wu Yang, and they Wu Yang. They're gonna flip the point though. So like, what's gonna happen here is some of them are gonna go there. They do pop the jetpack cat with the Cassidy. They're trying to disengage out together. If they can survive this could be really good. Admiral's about to go down. There's no supports alive. Right now, they are going to try to tap because, I mean, you know, Hawk does have Diva ult, but they decided to call it off. Dallas Fuel goes up 2-1.
Proactivity is the name of the game.
Dude, by the way, that was a sick play. Understanding where they would lose that and just going for the Wu Yang was an unbelievable play. That takes a lot of confidence because you know, like, you don't have the advantage. Keep in mind, there is going to be a bit of an advantage again here for the side of Space Station. They have a lot of ultimates. They have made a swap over to Cassidy, Reaper. No, Kellen is going to eventually probably have to swap off here to something else. Does engage in, though, looking to see what happens. A lot of damage going to the back line. They do end up using Wu Yang ultimate onto Hawk. That is a good play. Obviously, you expect this was going to be a team fight that Space Station would lead off with. Any kill that, you know, they get here could be huge, and by any kill, they end up getting multiple. And now instead, it's a bit of a 2v2, and like, they have to make a decision. Do you want to go up against the Moira here on the point You want to see what happens. Obviously, they're gonna, you know, I think Space Station's gonna maybe get it. If that makes sense, but I don't know.
Oh, and they get Hawk's mech too.
Kellen's just gonna sit on the outside of the point, and then Moira taps it. Oh my! You see that like teamwork right there? That was sick. The beat engage now. They're going in for the Reaper. The Reaper doesn't have shift. Lethal pops the high noon, but there's nobody there. They do get a trade. I think you're going to see Luke go up into there and just start ulting soon, if need be. Obviously, there's a lot of trades happening. They're battling for this point. Pulse bomb from Sionju gets the kill onto the Juno, and they're going to disengage out. No, they're not. CJ goes down. They are going to disengage out, but team fight goes to Dallas Fuel, but they're going to be a lot of pressure here. Look for Moira to be ulting soon. Luke is going to try to get away. Kellen pops an ultimate just to try to save Luke, I'm pretty sure, and the Moira ultimate to go with it. They're going to put a lot of damage in there. Chronic gets a kill on the Admiral. Sionju gets a kill on the Reaper, and that will be a team fight. They're going to try to stagger the Baby Diva and ignore the Baby Diva, kill the Cassidy, and buy as much time as they can. 1 HP. They know Hawk has suit soon, but they're going to let him. They're going to let him go for a bit. They know he has suit.
Torturous affair here.
And that's fine. They were fine with that. They felt that they did a good enough job staggering that it wasn't worth going for the kill. Obviously, they got it. It would have been nice. But that's fine. I'm expecting an aggressive approach here from Kellen with a Chronic ultimate to go with it. Could it work? I don't know. It depends what Sugar Free does with this ult, but we'll see. Get ready.
Still, though, they have to rely on so much manual work from Lethal.
Here it is. There goes the ult. Chronic does get ulted here. Does go down. Kind of expected that was going to be a weird scenario there, but that was to make it clear the correct play by Fuel. At that point, they needed to, again, like when they're at an ult disadvantage, I mean, look at their ults. They wanted to try something. It was a little bit scuffed, and honestly, a really good play by Admiral. Fuel is going to take a really fast team fight here. One thing about their comp is they can break off of the comp pretty well. So what they're going to try to do here is take a really fast team fight, bait out more than likely the Reaper ultimate or the aggression. And the idea here is that, you know, if they get the ult out, this is huge. They just run to the point. Yeah. They just run to the point. Hawk gets demacked on the point, not able to tap. Obviously, they're going to disengage this. They know that Sugar Free just used shift. Something to watch out for here. They saw Sugar Free use shift. So Sugar Free's going to go to the back line. Hawk does get the kill on the Luke. So I think what they're going to do now is they're going to try to get out for one more team fight, but they accomplish what they wanted to do. They got the ultimates out, and they give themselves one more time. It is a tough retake here, though. Like, they don't have ults. I think what they should do is set up their Tracer on an angle. Yeah, they're pushing up. And what they're going to do is they're going to have Sionju and try to go to the point. Sugar Free is going to go for the ults. That's going to be the play here. They're not worried about the point in general. They know that they can get there. Actually, instead they don't get there. There's going to be a bit of a weird sequence here. They do make it to the point. Chronic is taking damage. Sugar Free doesn't have ultimate. Goes to the ult. Honestly, though, if Luke can get this ultimate time, they could turn this. There's the Juno ultimate on point. Kellen just tries to back away. CJ's backing away, too. They're all really low. They're going to let the point flip. Unfortunately, though, they're just kind of running out of steam here. They all in on Kellen. They have to decide, and they're going to wait for the next point. 2-2 going into the last round.
A little flourish for Lethal at the end. That's 2-2 on New Junk City.
Yeah, SSG, they stay alive yet again.
Ultimates, pretty good for Fuel. They made an ult economy decision. Will it pay off? Well, we'll find out when they beat Engage very shortly. Here we go.
If they win with this Sky Noon and Dallas Fuel don't get value from the support ultimates, that's trouble for Dallas.
Sky Noon. They get away again. They don't find anybody. I don't know who was underneath there, but they do know somebody's underneath. So, I think they beat Engage. I think they're going to... Oh, but CJ goes down. Never mind. They do see the Juno, though. Juno is their target. Chronic gets a kill into Lethal, and I think now you pop the Moira ultimate and you send it. I think right now that's what they're going to have to do. Yep, they're going to pop Moira ultimate, because basically at this point you want to all in on the damage. Hawk does end up getting Diva out last second, but is taking all that damage going in. Doesn't end up finding anybody, but should be able to kind of... I don't know, make them kind of back away. Sionju with a huge pick under Sugar Free. Keep in mind, it's kind of back and forth. Kellen with a kill onto Admiral. That's going to allow for them to go to the point now. Hawk will not be using ultimate. Dallas Fuel takes first team fight, only using one singular ultimate. They have really good ults. Keep in mind, they do know that Hawk has Diva ult. So they have to be a bit wary of how they approach this. But with Fuel having beat and in this ult, they could prevent some of this play from happening. I am a little bit concerned about Admiral going for a stun during that too, so we'll see. There's a bunch of combos here. Either way, Hawk's going to go to the point. I do think they're going to just try to get Hawk with the ultimate eventually.
Chasing Hawk around. Already half HP.
They're kind of like debating them as much as they can. I do think there's going to be a beat happening soon. Nope, Chronic goes with the ultimate first. There's the ult from Chronic. Doesn't really find anybody, but like the idea was then, oh, maybe have them fall back. Seonjun takes a little bit of damage. Kellen, okay, Kellen's going to be going up here. Get ready. There's going to be a emongg ultimate happening. There's the emongg ultimate. There's the stun. There's the beat. Remember, there's the D.Va ult, but they get the kill on the lethal. Reaper is taking a lot of damage on point. Reaper's taking a lot of damage. They're going to go for Sugar Free next. D.Va, you know, Hawk is there. Hawk's taking a lot of damage in the backline. Sugar Free ults is just nothing. The D.Va's going to get stuck. D.Va's going to get D-Mech. They get the D.Va D-Mech. Now they have to go to the point right now. It's a 3v5. Watch out. Here they go. The Juno's going to the point. Nice shot by Moira. They're clearing him out. And chat, Dallas Fuel goes up 3-1 on to match point with Moira. Let's go, baby. One more to go. But as I said earlier, one map at a time. One map at a time. Next map, not sure what's going to be, but we will see. Again, I will be right back. Just going to walk around for a moment. Hit the follow button if you haven't. I'll see y'all in a couple minutes. That's the easiest like bet for you because like there's not going to be a Zen. There was a Zen, by the way, in one singular round, Ilios Ruins Zeta match, or Zeta match. They played Zen and won. Actually, Violet destroyed on it, on Zeta. It was pretty funny. Okay, that was a couple days ago. Okay, here we go. Sojourn, okay, so it's Jetpack at Bastion. Spacestation going with the Jetpack at Bastion. You know, Fuel going with a little bit more of a kind of a slower approach with the poke. Obviously, they're able to get, you know, a few plays out of here. Lethal is kind of looking for some kills here. Isn't able to find anything just yet. Things are slowing down a little bit. You know, for the side of Fuel, it's a lot about setting up and trying to find angles. This is a weird map in the sense of, like, I just don't know where you play at. So, a lot of damage coming in.
Alright, Ultraviolet's got his work cut out from here.
Sugar Free gets a nice kill on Seonjun, so nice job there. Does force out the ice block, so it's kind of is going to surround them a little bit. So Sugar Free's looking for opportunity here. Sigma on the point right now. Sugar Free does put a wall up. Does not able to finish the kill there. They are looking for kills on Luke, though. Luke is their target. And they're going to keep running in there. I wonder if they're going to debate them. We've seen a couple of plays where Fuel debates people into a room, and then they just get the kills because of it. It's happened in Colosseo, too. Either way, it's a slow approach by Fuel, the way they have to play this. It's not like perfect. They do see the Jetpack Cat, so that's information that is necessary to know because they saw the Bastion flanking earlier. They're kind of stuck in this right room, so they're going to kind of wait to break out here. They might even flip the map top right on them over here, yeah. And this is where they have to watch out for. The Bastion's behind. Looks for some kills. Doesn't really find anything. I'm looking across the board here. Kellen is getting a little bit low, so they might have to like try to bail Kellen out here with the damage. Seonjun does Pulse Bomb. It certainly did exist again. Hawk gets the kill onto Kellen. Sugar Free has Mayel, so a lot of good ults here for Space Station. It is important for Fuel not to like overdo this play. Just play to live. Kind of reset, come back with a Kitsune here momentarily. Obviously, they're trying to get the kill onto Luke. Luke does survive by popping the ultimate in the air. Pretty impressive. Ends up getting a lot of damage in there and gets... Holy crap. I don't even know if he'll get... Dude, what a play by Luke. Dude, what a play. That was sick. They get the kill. Dude, that was so good. Remember the splash damage. That's why Luke sent the splash damage up there to do that. What a play. They all landed Luke, so he just ulted in the air, shot the wall. That was unbelievable by Luke. What a play. Obviously, you know, plenty of time here, you know. Chronic does have Sojourn ultimate. We have even Sigma ultimates. Jetpack Cat ultimate has been a bit of a problem. Seonjun trying to go to spawn. Okay, getting some early information. Pings the Jetpack Cat, giving them that info. They do scout, you know. Ultraviolet is, you know, playing this pretty well, but a good pressure here by Seonjun. There's the ultimate. Chronic is going to look for a kill. They do pop some stuff. Obviously doesn't find anything. The bot is in Kellen's hands right now. I am expecting double Sigma ultimate, but Seonjun gets the kill. We're going to see Hawk try to do this, but Kellen goes first. Kellen gets 3 in the air. Holy crap, dodges the ult. Huge ultimate by Kellen. This is going to get him the checkpoint. Dallas Fuel will get the checkpoint first. Ultimates are still pretty good on Space Station side, but they will get the checkpoint right now and take the lead. Plenty of time left in this game. This is a back-and-forth match. Checkpoint, first to Fuel.
Followed up by Sunjun, finding a Bastion out of all heroes, likely combining with the rest of his team. But
Space Station.
Individual playmakers. They've been talking about the individual playmaking on their team.
Looking for some type of early pick. At the very least, scout some information. There's the scout, there's the information. Knows where they all are at. Seonjun looking for a play. Sugar Free, you know, doing a good job of slowing things down here. Obviously, the new like style of May kind of allows for that. Remember, Hawk does have ult. They are pushing in now. Ooh, Chronic does get killed behind the wall. They're going to try to look for something, but they do force the ultimate. Seonju gets a stick on the lead. That's a good stick. I think the Sigma ultimate was good, though. Hawk is getting really low in this room, though. Seonju trying to make as much pressure as possible. Cart really hasn't budged in this amount of time. Obviously, I do think that Spacestation will win this, but they've made it difficult and made them have to use ults. So Fuel is going to try to reset. If they reset properly right now, you got the Dallas Fuel skin. Let's go. Love to hear that.
5 minutes and 50 seconds.
If they do reset properly right now, they will be able to take a team fight here. There is a Mei ult concern. Luke does have another ultimate again. We're going to see probably double support ultimates with the Mei ultimate to go with it, as well as Ultraviolets there. So it's going to be 2 ultimates right now. Both of them will commit to this because they know how important this team fight ends up being. So, but right away, Chronic gets a kill to Sugar Free. Chronic gets 2 kills, and that's just going to be, they're not going to be able to do anything with that. They might get a kill onto Kiriko from Lethal, but they don't trade out on the Sigma, and that's perfect. What you can do now is you can have your Tracer go back and get your
it is always someone
Kiriko, and then you can regroup. It's not no, not 24-hour stream. No. They won't get the checkpoint back again here. They will have one more team fight. But I do love what they did there. Obviously, a bit of an aggressive approach here from Seonju. Just trying to see anything there, you know, see if you can get a kill. They are back at the checkpoint now. Lethal is chasing and does get away. Keep in mind, it could be a lot of back and forth pressure here. Yari ultimate comes in from Luke. Luke's just trying to look for anything right now. Can't seem to find it. Great job by Hawk there, but Hawk does have to use Eat a little bit early. So they are going to probably get the kill on Kellen soon, but I wonder if they're going to be able to figure this out to go for Hawk and try to get those kills there. Seonju gets a kill into Lethal. Keep in mind, Luke is in the back line there, but taking a lot of damage. It's going back and forth right now. At the very least, it's even. Another Eat used by the Sigma. Jetpack Cat's one in this room. Oh, but a save from the Kiriko. Everybody's favorite, the Swift Step. Chronic gets a kill. I think Chronic's going to go down now, but the kill on the Kiriko does kind of solidify, like, kind of a neutral reset right now. Like, they're not going to be able to push past too much because they don't have the heals. They're going to, like, kind of tap the cart and at least get it to the middle and then kind of leave it there. But Seonju is going to try to go behind and see if he can find a pick in the meantime. So, while this is happening, look for Kellen to be using ultimate soon. Does spot where the Jetpack Cat is. They do spot where everybody is. Random amount of damage just goes in there from the Kiriko, I think. Things are slowing down for a bit. Hawk is looking for a play. Running away. Admiral has ultimate coming up. Hawk has ultimate coming up. Kellen is looking for an opportunity. Jetpack Cat Fashion's going to probably go behind this kill on the Luke, unfortunately, but there is a lot of damage in the backline here. And the bot starts getting moved. So,
as this wraparound from Lethal is so
Chronic has made the swap over, by the way. I wouldn't doubt it if we see Luke make a swap over to Cat. He's pick on the Sugar Free from Kellen. You know, is it going to be enough? They are going to be going the Jetpack Cat Fashion. They just realized that it's such a good comp. So they're going to go that. I think this will be a checkpoint for Space Station. Seonjun's kind of making that difficult. If they can't find the kill on Seonjun, this could be really good. I think the Cat's going to be around there. I think they're going to be able to actually... It ain't worth it, yeah. That is the correct decision. A lot of ultimates on the side here. You're going to have to do a Kitsune. We'll see. Have a great night. Heck yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Here we go. CJ has Kitsune. They pop their own Kitsune. Get ready for the Kitsune momentarily here. Kellen is on the Wrecking Ball now. Bastion ultimate on the point. A lot happened. I'm not sure what's going to happen with it, but there's the ultimate from CJ. Wrecking Ball pile drives Sugar Free. Back and forth pressure here. They're not going to be able to do much. Kellen, they're going to have to give up the lead. It is what it is. Jetpack Cat does tap, but there's nothing they can do there. Obviously, you know, a lot of pressure here. You know, running the really cool Mei and like plays. So it is going to be a lead for Space Station. 2 minutes left. I don't mind what Fuel has swapped to. It's going to be more along the lines, can they... How long can they survive this type of play is the question. And that's more my concern, is I think that, like, you know, Jetpack Cat Bastion has caused a bit of a problem. Because, you know, it's everybody's favorite comp. So Fuel is kind of forced to run it. But I think Fuel is going to, you know, back away. 2 minutes on the clock. SSG is doing a good job here. Ultimate's coming in. Kellen goes Diva, so gets off the Wrecking Ball. Feels like Diva's a better spot here. I think it's because they went the Rockets on the Bastion, like on Lethal, so they don't have like the main shots. Obviously, Luke is going to get pressured down here due to the Bastion. Chronic is going for an ultimate and Spawn doesn't really get anybody. And I honestly think they're just running out of steam on Fuel. After they get kind of snowballed here, it's kind of like a lot of this. Seonju gets a kill on the Sugar Free. Lethal is getting a little bit low. CJ gets the kill there, so they do end up bringing it back a little bit. So that's not too bad. Kellen does go down. Hawk moving around as Sigma on point. Seongjun gets a kill into Admiral. CJ is getting low. They might be able to get that kill into CJ, but I think Fuel will, you know, be able to take this team fight. Again, Ultimate's not looking too hot. Well, there's a lot of Ultimates on both sides.
1 minute and 15 seconds left in this bank.
Yeah, it felt like it was the darkest right there, and SSG were going to end up finishing the map, but Sunjun wills his team back into the mix here with at least an opportunity with a minute to go here to end up winning this one, and suddenly the composition makes more sense as Kellan can play this Diva now. We see mirror matchups here.
All right, Ultimate's coming in. Kitsune's out. They do get Kellan demacked. Obviously, Hawk has made the swap to Diva now too. They do kind of flip the map a little bit, but it's not really leading to anything. Seongjun's kind of caught out here. They're going to try and chase him down. He does end up surviving, which ends up being fine.
Taking to the skies is Chronic too. Oh, he dodges out the way, but Johnny, this is all falling apart for the Fuel.
Chronic has the Bastion ultimate coming in. Going to force out Sugar Free's Ice Block. This could be a good scenario. Although the Bastion comes flying in, they're going to be looking for opportunity here. They drop the Bastion in spawn. Kellan's looking to try to survive this a little bit. Will get frozen temporarily. Unfortunately, he does go down. Can't do much about that.
Unsuccessful. Are they going to be
Hawk gets demacked. Yes, they are. Animal coming in here looking for a kill onto the side of Spacestation. Gets a kill on the Kellan. Seongjun gets a kill. Admiral pops ultimate, but kind of gets stuck there. Actually kind of helps get the kill there. And Fuel does maintain the card. And it gets interesting now because you do have overspawn time. I don't know what you said. Overtime spawn timer. So if Fuel can manage to win the next team fight, it gets very interesting. Very interesting. You'll see.
We've seen here. Has the pulse from in here. Ultraviolet drops the
Here we go.
as well.
Sugar Free's getting a little bit low. A lot of DMing happening here in the backline. CJ is the target, and CJ will go down, unfortunately. And I think that unless something crazy happens here from Kellan's Diva ult, nice stick by Kellan gets two.
Kellan gets a double with his self-destruct. Surely this is it, though. Sonjun on his last limb tries to get another touch.
And that's the map. Space Station wins on their map choice of New Queen Street, everybody's favorite map. Now, if I'm correct, I think the maps reset now. No, yes, they do. So Fuel has some options.
Maybe even 7.
And the Mayban
Same time I'm on tires.
Well.
No,
Obviously, so strong.
I'm just chilling. I mean,
here.
My energy levels might be a little bit different when I'm not tired. Like, I wouldn't go lay down right now and fall asleep. I'm not even like. I'm in like a reset of my timer, so we'll see.
Maybe play a little something else. Sugar Free.
Right, Fuel.
Showing the symmetry.
I don't think they're going to run Hazard. I think they're just going to go up on high ground here. We'll see. I don't know what they're going to run here. I mean, Space Station's running the default comp of the high ground, so we'll see how it plays out.
No pun intended of the Bastion here. That is definitely a very potent threat here from us.
So we'll see how it goes.
Who shoots this Farah, apart from Lethal, of course?
I think that's it, bro. I think that's it. It's like your bet to kill the Farah is we teleport our Bastion in turret form.
All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
Where are you teleporting to on this map? Like, he's
all right, Chronic goes for a quick shot. Yeah, this is just to see if you get a Widow shot. Oh, chat. We got the Winston. You know, they banned out everything. They hit him with the Winston, chat. It might only be for like this first point, but they're sending it.
Where is my cat going?
Luke makes it into their spawn, creates a lot of space. Lethal is about to go down. I love that play. Luke kind of distracted them. Just went into their backline and they just chased him. So as that happens, it's going to be a kill on the point, and Dallas Fuel should take first point with relative ease right here, and they do. I do expect, knowing how Space Station plays, they probably will make a swap after this to something very much against Winston.
Okay.
But yeah, great job. Yep, there it is. Great job by Fuel. First point, dominated. Obviously a long way to go on second and third. You know, they're going to have to make a swap eventually. For now, they're going to sit on this comp. They will make a swap. Don't be surprised if out of nowhere you see Kellan decide to go back to spawn and go Mauger or something last second. Like, it really could happen. But either way, here we go.
Okay.
You know, a methodical approach here from Kellan.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
Seongjun on the on-run now, so we've seen this happen before. I think it's because of the Diva.
All right. Well, the Bastion is going to be a torch.
I think that's why. And they do a lot of damage. They survive the initial burst here. Obviously, right now it's just about getting heals up. They will play for a nano eventually. There you go. Kellen took damage on purpose so they can get a nano. Luke does go down, a little bit ambitious. But they have the nano play coming up, and this is exactly what they were playing for.
If we take a moment here, while Dallas Fuel are going to
a little bit of a missed timing here, but they do pop the ult, and they do get 2. So Kellen 1 clips 2. Might be able to get another kill right now and pop the ultimate, which is what Kellen will do to clean this up. Kellen gets the kills. He knows exactly where the Diva is going to be with the Xion. You could actually, not the Xion, the Kiriko went in there. So, yeah. And then Kellen goes back to spawn and is going to go Mauga.
I mean,
yep.
This team never gives up.
They did exactly what they wanted to do there. They knew that SSG would commit to countering. So they're going to go back to this now. Don't get me wrong. I think Spacestation still has a good comp here. It's not a huge deal, but they accomplished what they wanted to do and they made the swap. So
well, Kellen swaps over onto the Mauga here.
Yep.
There is a lot of fire on the
I think it's going to be a disengaged fight unless Fuel can build their ult in time. Lethal going in with a bash and ultimate does see some damage here. He's going to make it a little bit annoying, but nothing really extravagant. Luke does have ult coming in here too. Get ready for that. Remember, there's a lot of ultimate chat basically. Kellen gets the kill on a Sugar Free. Luke does pull there, but Lethal gets the kill as Bastion. So we'll see how this kind of goes here. Remember, there's a lot of damage here, so it's kind of hard for them to be able to handle this type of team fight. But they kind of flip the point a little bit and get it to a spot where, one more team fight, they could have an opportunity here to cap that point. So good play. Obviously, they had to kind of navigate that stuff, so let's go. Did I keep the stream running for drops? Am I AFK? Oh, no. I don't do AFK streams or anything. If I'm streaming, I'm here.
I mean, SSG's game
That's how
plan
I
is
do
pretty
things.
laid out
Yeah,
for
no, I
them.
don't do any of that.
Sugar Free, you can flank around, try to look for picks on the Xion, and we're gonna play around the turret for.
Obviously, if I walk away from my computer, that's different. I'm talking like I don't leave my stream on. I don't do any of that.
Maybe your Mauga can
I'm streaming. I'm
the
live.
payload a little bit. Maybe Chronic can end up finding a pick here.
Here we go.
What can an Andron possibly provide in a composition like this?
They do flip the point again. If they can survive this lethal play, Sionjun's HP is so scary, but Chronic does pop the ultimate. You could technically pop Kitsune here in a second. There goes the Diva. There's the ult. Ooh, goes in for the ult play. Might find a kill on the Lethal on the high ground. Kind of a weird spot for Lethal. I'm looking at the ults here, though. CJ pops this. Able to go into the backline. They're trying, but no one else is really going down. Diva Mech does get D-Max. Sionjun's able to survive a little bit. They do get the kill. They need to regroup properly right now. If they can do that, they can go up on high ground and get some of these kills. Sionjun tries to go up in the high. I've been there, done that. Gets a kill into Ultraviolet. Looking for many more opportunities. Right now, they should be able to get the point. I think they might tap one more time with the cap, but I think they're going to get that. So 3:45 on the clock, decent time. Ults are building up for both teams. Great job by Dallas.
Sugar Free going for those flanks and Lethal in the sky. Dallas Fuel feel like they can brawl out better on the point here. And
yeah, that doesn't exist.
It was enough against the Diva Mech, but with Hawk making the swap over to Sigma, not as confident in the on-run to freeform any longer. And it's going to match Sugar Free's Xion.
It's like smallest ego of a DPS player ever, just instantly swaps, plays Counterwatch. Doesn't say, look, I can maybe get another ult, I can do stuff. No, swaps to a
Admiral is looking for a kill here. They might be able to get Sionjun. Sionjun is kind of just rolling around there. Nothing you can really do, but they might be able to get a trade on Hawk. In this trade, they get 2 trades, so they're going to be able to go in here and kind of finish this team fight. It gets a little bit interesting now because they have really good shutdown ultimates. So if you look at what they have right now, they can Mauga out the door, and I think they're going to. What you're going to do is you're going to kind of have Luke stun a doorway, have Mauga ult the other doorway, and then basically see if you can just kind of hold them in place. So get ready for Kellen to do that. Yeah, it's going to happen. Watch. There's the ult. They go there. They go to the point with Jetpack Cap, but the Jetpack Cap has to stay on the point, obviously. Lethal does get the kills here, and I do think that Space Station will win that team fight. But that was I love the play. What they did was the correct play. It just didn't work out because they had Kitsune Bastion. But ultimates do get reset. This gives Chronic an opportunity to go in here. Obviously, the original. This is the part of the map that gets really tough. So it's going to be very impressive if Fuel can make this work. I'm pretty sure Luke tried to back cap. Didn't work. I respect the effort.
Probably. That's where he likes to live. Yeah, come on now.
Yep.
Good job, SG, though. This guy
what changed? They've been buffing Mauga a lot, and they nerfed Diva. That's why. That's why he got back into the meta. A lot of people were saying that like they enjoy having more Mauga and like Roadhog and stuff in games, so they got the Diva.
Get me out of there, please.
Look, Kitsune. Oh, they lose Sionjun early, but they get lethal. They're Kitsune now. Once they get that pick, that's like their all-in play. They do get the kill. Ultraviolet goes down. It's a 4v2. Still have to get that. Chronic gets the kill right now. Jetpack Cat's gonna try to go to the point, and trust me, Jetpack Cat ain't gonna be able to do what Luke does in that previous one. And Dallas finishes with a minute 36 on the clock.
A 1:36 time bank as well. What a
Good job by
win.
Fuel there.
What a
Obviously,
kick.
they got to have a good defense, you know,
Manages to
but
get
good job by
UP.
Fuel there,
I mean,
finishing with
that is
time.
the
Very good.
perfect
They've had a
hit.
couple times there, so I'm
Getting
still
the
live. I
Kiriko out
am,
of
yes.
the mix is just such heads-up play. Oh, goodbye.
There's the boop. So the bike hit the wall, which booped.
There's Amalgam Mythic
Kellon,
next, everybody's dream.
who was falling down the hole, and that boop was enough.
Yeah, they're going to have to slow this down. Like, it's going to come down to the first point. If they can have a dominant first point, I expect it to be the Sigma comp. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Yeah.
Hawk, you know, on the Orisa, on the Sigma, it's just not quite enough to stand up to Kellon on the Mauga.
So we'll see.
And the rest of the team, like even some of the Unrun, you know, providing some additional damage there in the front line. That is enough for Dallas Fuel to be able to successfully brawl out on the cart.
We will
And
see.
so SSG here now on the offense. Do they decide to deploy Hawk and pressure the objective? Or do they want to play more along with their tank player? I feel like there's a stylistic choice here for SSG waiting to happen. Whether they want to commit more resources to Hawk, or if they want to play more freely around their damage players.
Sonjin's not going to risk anything here. No Arnra. Sigma, no Winston. Just defensive comp. Even Lucamino hard pivoting. No more cats.
Here we go.
And
Fuel is running the Sigma comp. They're just going for the early Widow pick. Time for some sim. Okay, so with the sim play, I wonder if they're going to go up there. You know, Lethal just getting some information. You know, gets where the scouting is, and we'll see.
We're going to get a little EMEA Overwatch here.
Good luck to these teams.
Kings out on Kings Row. All right, not quite. We do have a cat in the mixer still.
They're going to TP high ground, by the way. That's the plan here. A lot of off angles happening. If Fuel can start off strong on this team fight, I'm talking like, you know, winning at least one team fight, this could be good. Obviously, a lot of spam right now. Luke is going with that Mizuki.
Or are they just going to sit and pressure?
You know, is managing heals a little bit. Hawk goes down. Really good pick right there. That's going to be a backup play situation. They might try to just get everybody out. Yeah, just a reset here for the side of Space Station. Just, you know,
I mean,
it's a quick reset, so not like a full team wipe, but a good job.
Lucamino. And so you almost feel like you're forced to instead flank around, and they're going to make swaps.
No
here.
ultimates, obviously. Sugar Free does go Bastion, and then of course they go Jetpack at Bastion. So I do expect to see this rotation be a little bit different. 1 minute off the clock right now. Obviously, for Fuel, the sweet spot to get it to around a minute or less. You know, give or take. Again, it's a bit tough sometimes, but if they can stop this team fight right here, the ult start pulling. So there goes the Jetpack Cat. Kellen takes a lot of damage. He's going to back up just ever so slightly. Hawk is also taking equal damage. Does sneak up behind him. I'm a little bit concerned about that right there. But it does get caught out, and Hawk does take a lot of damage too. They both are just going to go there. Kellen takes more damage. Chronic with a huge Hinda gets the kill. And again, a huge rotation here from the side of Fuel. Running in on the Bastion. Gets the Bastion. 2:25 off the clock. Ultimates are starting to pick up. What was the final EMEA score? It was a good, oh yeah, the EMEA series is so good. VP took it. Okay. They have Simwall. They have High Noon. Don't be surprised to see some type of TP High Noon play right now. I don't even know where they're at right now. Okay, they're over there. I see. You know, Space Station is going to methodically take the high ground again. Admiral has ult. They're going to try and stun the Sigma in about 3 seconds from below. This is what I'm expecting to have happen here. This is where they have to make a decision on how they want to approach this. They TP around. They flank. Here you go. There's a Jetpack at ultimate we were talking about. Sugar Free does get a kill on a CJ. So Chronic is just going to try to see if he can find any type of play. Luke does pop Mizuki ultimate. They disengage it temporarily. Obviously, with that ultimate there, they're going to try to get out with a TP. Kellen is able to get out with a TP just last second, and this gives them a proper reset. Kellen does have Sigma ultimate, so don't be surprised to see him use it a little bit more aggressively. Flank comes in from the side of Lethal, not able to find the kill, but could still get it. There's the kills there. They pop Kitsune, and Fuel will probably lose this team fight, but they kind of did a good job of exactly what I said, that sweet spot.
Going to be a recontest here from Dallas Fuel either.
That sweet spot there. So 3:40 on the clock. You know, for Fuel, I would say that's a pretty solid hold. I don't expect them to full hold. Almost 3 minutes off the clock. You know, if they can win this next team fight, that's when the time bank gets a little bit scary, right? So they do have a Kitsune advantage. They do have their sim, obviously.
questions remain unanswered for SSG here. They have a long way
you know,
to
there
go.
to like kind of do some TP damage, etc. So we'll see if they go with the Kitsune here momentarily. There is going to be a high noon coming up here too, so expect maybe a high noon corner turn into that. So we'll see what happens though. Either way, Luke does get chained, but does get out. Good job there. They get the kill on the Hawk, and they're going to have to back away momentarily. They're going to try to get the Bastion kill. Lethal does get a kill on the back line there on the Sim. They are going to try to kill Kellen during this too, and they do get that. And actually, they might be able to turn this fight. It's exactly what's happening. So a lot of stuff going on here. Kiriko goes down. This is kind of like a weird team fight because they're going to try to get the kill here, and they will, but they have to back away. As in, like, it's a good team fight, but now they need to back away. So Luke does get out. They will be back momentarily because of the Sim, though. Like, they're going to be able to get to the corner, I think. Either way, it was a neutral team fight, and they got a minute off the clock just because of that. So now they're going to start showing a little bit of pressure here to kind of, like, bait them into falling back. I expect to see a Kitsune momentarily. We're going to have double Sigma ultimates too. Kellen might lead off with it if they want to be aggressive. We'll see. Here we go. And it's time. There goes the ult. They goes in for a rock on the Hawk. There's the eat. They do go for the TP play. Don't find anybody. This will be time for, you know, Fuel to get some more HP back up. Obviously, there's a high noon coming in from Lethal. Gets ulted by, gets ulted right there. Doesn't find anybody, and now you're going to see the Kitsune come in finally. It's going to be Kitsune Mizuki ultimate. Both teams are going to have this right now. It's going to be a lot of damage going on right now. Luke is taking a lot of damage with the Venn diagram of ultimates. I'm not going to try to act like I know what's going on, but yes, the answer is yes. Hawk goes down again with ultimate. They do use all the ultimates. They're going to fall back and try to take advantage of this. In the meantime, Lethal gets a huge pick onto CJ. They're going to try to turn the fight now and see if they can find it. Obviously, a lot of damage happening on both sides right now. Chronic is going to be going down next, but gets Lethal on that trade. A lot of damage happening. Kellen gets the kill onto Sugar Free. It's not a clean team fight, and that's exactly what they need here. Luke gets a kill onto Admiral. Ultraviolet gets out, and Dallas Fuel holds right there with the time. In the meantime, they've built up a sim wall, and they've gained the choke. They have gained the choke. Obviously, there's going to be a sim wall on the side of Space Station. But again, as that time bank gets lower, it gets scarier for them, right? They're going to have to make an aggressive TP play here. There's going to be a sim wall. Obviously, Kellen going there. There's the TP onto Kellen. Kellen does back away from it. They do know they're going to be on the left-hand side flanking. There's going to be an ultimate coming in from Hawk. Kellen's also going to have one, but they just flip the map. They just challenge him to play defense now. Kellen's going to hold that. Sim wall going to be on both sides right now. Get ready. Here we go. I expect to see some ults. There goes the shield. There goes the sim wall. Is able to kind of maneuver a little bit, survives temporarily. Kellen doesn't really get much of that either, but both Sigmas have a neutral scenario there. We're going to see a sim wall coming in from the side of Space Station. This could be a really good ultimate. There's going to be TP going up. They look for the kills. They are TPing up together. They find him a little bit caught off guard. Obviously, there's a lot of damage, though, so it's not guaranteed they get this, but Chronic gets a high noon kill. Lethal gets that. They're going to disengage back to the car and try to play neutral. Seonju's going to try to get the health back underneath. They are disengaging out. So far, everything is looking clean. Luke has ultimate coming up. So does Admiral. There's going to be a lot of damage coming out, obviously. They are holding the point right now. 18 seconds left on the clock. This is one team fight. If Fuel wins it right here, they get it. If not, it's going to third. There's the Mizuki ultimate. Both sides, we got the Venn diagram, but there's the Kitsune. That's a bit of the advantage. A lot going on here. Again, I couldn't tell you what's happening. There's damage. There is a chance that if they get out and disengage right now, that they could come back and have one more team fight, and I think that's what they're going to do. I haven't seen how much they've properly disengaged. Like, obviously, Kellen is trying to go in here. Hawk is being a little bit aggro. This could be a turnaround. Yes, they're going to Kitsune in. Get ready. They have a Kitsune advantage. They're going to wait. They have time. They have time. Here it comes. The Kitsune from CJ. Lucas does get chained in the back, but does survive. Is able to get out temporarily for now. Damage output is kind of everywhere. Lethal's in the back line. Tries to get CJ. Should get CJ right now. And I do think Space Station is going to be able to get a couple of kills here. And I think they should win the team fight. Ults were built. Overtime. Okay. Important moment coming up here now. Remember, if they finish with no time on the clock, Space Station that is, there is no chance for them to be able to win this map. Fuel knows this, so I expect to see a very aggressive Sigma ultimate come up. Or not Sigma ultimate, Sim wall. They want to take a team fight early because they don't want to lose this map control. Hawk is going to recognize this and go for a play. I don't know how that rock hit. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Hawk is getting low on the high ground. Kellen goes to the cart. They're slowing things down. There's the damage output on both sides. They got to be careful right now. There is a bit of a time in here. Hawk does pop that ultimate. Does get a little bit of damage going in. Kellen's closely out. They're going to try to die on the point or reset. Their reset's not going to be good. CJ's going to wait for Kellen to get away. They back away. I wouldn't doubt it if you see a swap to like a Tracer right now. They do have time with Kellen's out. Oh, a Venture. Okay, Venture's going to buy a little bit more time right now, so we'll see.
They make the swap over to the Venture and the Cat as well.
Luke is going to the spot, chat. Luke is going to the spot. If you know, you know.
It's dire straits as Lucamino tries.
There's the ultimate from Kellen. Does get some damage on a Hawk. They're trying to kill Luke. This is distracting them quite a bit. Lethal driving around the point right now. Seonjun does go underneath. Does go back there. Gets the cleanse. Isn't able to find anybody. 18 seconds left on the clock.
Kellen's shut down. They just need to make it OT. They just need to.
If I'm correct, I think Spacestation will cap. Wow, what a game this is. Holy crap, man.
They lock the payload in.
You're kidding me.
Spacestation with a minute in the bank.
Dallas Fuel on defense first. They can hold. Here. This could be huge.
No freebies for the Dallas Fuel.
Unbelievable. They were in such a hole on the second point, fighting in overtime. And Dallas Fuel had the opportunity to close things out to secure this grand finals win. And SSG somehow get their payload in with time to spare. And they stay alive, give themselves an opportunity to steal this map away from Dallas Fuel and remain in the series. That was a tough go for
What a match this has been, chat.
And Sunjun with the
what a match this has been.
Okay. The shield, the literal 2016 Sim shield. Was it good? IQ too high?
Here we go.
Maybe? Not sure.
You just got
all right. I mean, hey, if Fuel holds on first, they got 2.5 minutes. Obviously, they got to hold. They know strategy-wise. You know, it looks like Fuel has decided to go Jetpack at Bastion here because they know that's what like Space Station went. They really need to be careful of not getting scouted during this. So, like, as in, like, don't let the Hanzo find this out because they're going for the Hanzo information. I think they're just out of range. They are. So they don't scout the Jetpack at Bastion. They do have a Pharah. This is interesting because I think they might have scouted the Tracer. They're doing a lot of damage. I don't think they know they have the Jetpack at Bastion yet. So we'll see. Now they know. Now it's confirmed. Hawk taking a lot of early damage right now. But Seonjun goes down to Ultraviolet. That is a big pick. I don't think it's quite the end-all be-all of this team fight because you do have a little bit of a defensive advantage with the Jetpack Cat. You have to be ready for the next play. There it is. They both kind of do that. If they can get the kill on Sugar Free in the air, that could be the kind of the play. Lethal's going for the rocket, but misses a couple of the rocket shots. This is going to allow for a little bit of like Dallas Fuel to kind of buy some time. They don't need to like, you know, they're going to give up the tick. That's fine. Kellen's getting healed. Seonjun's going to be back soon. Here's the damage. Hawk's taking a lot of damage. They all in on Hawk. Hawk goes down. Kellen with a huge up rock. They do have a lot around them though, so it's not over yet. Chronic gets the kill onto Lethal. They're going to be going top left right now, the side of SSG. They're going to try to tap over and over again. Keep in mind, they got to get clear of these kills. And Dallas Fuel, 2.5 minutes. Give me 1 second, I just want to make sure they
need the fuller hold.
Okay, no ads, you're good. I just wanted to make sure.
To get another map.
All right. 2.5 minutes. Still a lot of time. This map is not easy on attack. I don't know what Dallas Fuel's plan is going to be or how they're going to approach this.
When they had an opportunity previously when Spacestation Gaming were caught in
again,
overtime on second
they can't like it's a new first point attack. You know, what they did last time we'll be prepared for. I don't know what it's going to be, but we'll see. 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes.
And if you already got the Bastion advantage, you might as well double down on it. Spacestation probably feel like they don't even have a choice here, really. Sugar Free over on the Bastion now.
Maybe regretting that perk choice. Again,
I mean, it's so silly.
Has to just wait.
It's so silly, but it is such a big difference.
Mind game. Yeah. Give me a sugar-free POV, surely. Surely. He hasn't selected the perk just yet.
Okay, Sonjun. No. Maybe not the honor on here.
How quick were they to cap this point with the monkey? He hasn't selected it.
All right. Yeah, they're going the Winston comp. They're going to start with it, but it might change, Chad. They might just bubble at the beginning here, too, just for the play. Okay. They're going to go the Winston comp. They're trusting and believing in what got them here.
There are no
they do know what Jetpack at Bastion, so we'll see.
One bad Winston lead. Your honor doesn't get value with the nades, and that's it.
All right, a lot of damage being had.
They will have a few
Seonjun taking a bunch of damage is going back to spawn and makes the swap 2. Okay, Tracer to tap the point. So, here we go. they go to Jetpack Cat Bastion. They make a little bit of a swap here, right? You know, the idea is to take away the map control. Kellen finds Lethal, goes into the back line. Lethal goes down. Keep in mind, there was a lot of damage from Sugar Free going up here, but is going to be taking a lot of damage soon. Once there's going to be not much going on here, so we'll see what happens next. There's the dive in. Is able to go to the back line there. Hawk is getting really low, but is getting sustained up. Something to look out for here. They do get the TP out. They're going to start pressuring the point now and kind of force them to go there. Looking at the HP, Chronic is going to go down, but they do have the map control, and they do get the first tick. Sigma's going to be running to the point now, and they kind of recognize they need to back away temporarily, so they need 10%, which means they're going to have to play the point a lot now. CJ is getting close to that nano. They're going to slow it down. Good job by both teams there, kind of like disengaging that. Kellen's getting close to a Winston ultimate, is taking the high ground. Hawk is basically stuck down there, right? And eventually you're going to have to see the reaction from Space Station to be able to kind of like even the odds here. But Kellen goes in, able to find oh, he's definitely going to find a kill. Gets the kill onto Lethal. Doesn't go up top. They're going to wait this out, and then you're going to see him go in right now. Kellen, that is. Kellen's going to still go in, and he's going to send it. He's going to go into the back line. He sees Ultraviolet. Ultraviolet's low. Ultraviolet has to cleanse away. Ultraviolet goes back to the main, but keep in mind, this is what Kellen has. Kellen knew this other one was going to be going there. Oh, a save by the Jetpack Cat. A save. Kellen's going to back away and get nanoed. Kellen's now nanoed in the back line. Gets the kill into Sugar Free. Goes in. Puts a lot of damage into the back line. They have to run to the point. Luke gets the play. Admiral's going to the point. Bastion Ultimate's going to be there. It's on Admiral and chat. No one gave him a chance. But boom! Dallas Fuel wins the finals. Wins stage 2 again. Burn blue, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Congrats to Dallas Fuel. Everybody counted them out. Right? They got 3-0'd. They got 3-0'd by Liquid, and everybody thought that was it. And they showed up. Let's go, baby. Dallas Fuel takes the win. Let's go, baby.